Hello, hello, how we doing? Good to see you all. Sorry, everybody, I'm here. I'm running a bit late. I apologise. We are here. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, one and all. Thank you to the lovely Jayne, who is my co host tonight, who is going to be helping me and presenting a lot of this information. I need to speak to Jayne because I didn't have chance to catch up with you before. Fell asleep with Jack, so I apologise. Jack went to sleep mega early. He went to bed early, and I went to sleep, and I've passed out with him, and I've just woke up. So as soon as I'm done, I'm going straight to sleep. So I don't want to be on too long, guys. I want to keep this to no more than 2 hours. Ideally an hour and a half. We can do it in two halves, Jayne, if that's okay. I want to try and catch up on some sleep. So hello everybody, welcome, 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 welcome. Just before we do start, I've just had word that Curtis has been arrested. I don't know how true it is, but it looks like he has been arrested. Now, he's been AWOL all day. I'm desperate to speak to him about something urgent, not related to the case. Jayne knows what it is. And no, Sid, I'm really tired. I don't normally say that though. We can finish tonight, I think. Okay, well, not the bit that I've got. Yeah, that's why he's gone AWOL, Jayne. I've been trying to get hold of Curtis today urgently about something. He knows what. He's been arrested, so this is look, guys, just give me a minute, okay? Just give me a minute. Hang on a minute, sorry. Right, okay. I don't know how true this is. I've been sent stuff, okay? It's on Facebook. Okay. Right. Jayne, this leaves me in a really difficult position now. Okay. Apparently it's all over Facebook, so just bear with me. I apologize for those of you that are here for tonight's stream. It is going ahead. It will be going ahead. I'm going to send Jayne the link. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to send Jayne the link now. So I'm running a bit late, and then Jayne can come up and start the show while I try and find out what's going on. So let me just get the link for Jayne. Actually, I'm going to put it in the chat, Jayne, so I don't have to mess about. It's much quicker. So this link is only for Jayne, okay? So it's not an open panel. If anybody wants to join, I will be just saying no. I apologise, but it's not an open panel. That's for Jayne, and then we're going to start tonight's show. Now, I need to know whether Jayne has got the same information that I have. We'll ask her when she comes up, because basically my digging today, Jayne is looking at the causes of the Ohio train crash. The stuff that I found, right, Jayne is here. Okay, here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. Jayne is in Ohio. She is from Ohio, I think. Are you from Ohio, Jayne?
Yes, I am. I am
There
from
we go.
Ohio, born and raised here.
Born and raised in
Yeah,
Ohio, US
Ohio.
of A.
Originally from the northern part of the state.
The northern part. Okay, I know Jayne loves my American accent. You say she
Yes, I do. You know what
I'm
I
gonna,
want to do so bad, Penny, is
yeah.
Ohio has so many Indian names.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah. and because there were a lot of Indian tribes in Ohio originally, and I would love to send you some of the names of our rivers and towns and counties, and just have you pronounce them sometime because I think it'd be so fun.
That would be so cool. That would be awesome.
That
It
would run
really
one of your
would.
fun nights when you do one
Yeah,
of
we'll have
those.
a yeah, we need more fun nights. We used to do lots of fun nights. It's just been a bit more serious the last few weeks. Interesting God struggler. Do you think then did he go to the funeral? Because he said he wasn't going to go. Right, I don't want to make this about this because people have come into this channel who don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. So if you're watching on the replay, I apologise. For those of you that are watching on the replay, I didn't mean to do this at the beginning.
Mm.
Jayne, can I just ask you a quick question
Of
before
course.
we go on? This is about the Ohio. Did you know? Yeah, it was his name. I'm going to do my hellos in a moment as well to everybody. Um, so that'll be happening in a sec. But did you know, Jayne, and you may have covered this in your research, there was a plane crash on the 23rd. I think it was the 23rd of February, but I'll double check. Did you know that?
No, where was it at?
Okay, it was all hush hush. I'll reveal it in. I've got some research as well, you see, and that's what I said we might have to do it in two streams. But there was a plane crash, and it
Mm.
may be related to this, and I'll go into it a little bit more. But
Oh.
we think that they've actually bumped off some people involved.
Oh dear.
Yeah, so there was all related to that company were 5 employees on a I think it was a helicopter re responding to an accident at one of the plants, a steel plant,
Oh
and
really?
there's a lot that I've uncovered today that looks like there's
W-
there's been there've been some bumping off going
w-
on.
Well, the crashes of trains has just all of a sudden skyrocketed,
Yeah.
and actually up in Cleveland, I think it was about a week ago. It was at a quarry, a limestone quarry, because most of Ohio is limestone. And that's
Mm.
why we get caverns and caves, especially in the eastern part of the state. Not so much once you get to Columbus and past, but a dump truck was loading into a train, and he ran into the engine of the train. But it so happens the conductor, the engineer, was standing outside and was killed instantly.
Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah, it's crazy.
So I'm scrubbing my tea. Um, there's so much to this, Jayne. There's so much to unravel, and as I say, if it wasn't for what's happened with Nicola Bulley, me and Jayne would have been on this before.
Yeah.
Um, but it blew our mind with all the things that are coming out, and even today, Jayne, the stuff that's come out on Nicola Bulley that I'm not going to talk about tonight blew my mind. So we'll be live tomorrow night. I'm back on my other channel. So tonight we are on the Curious Bunny. Now, this channel is monetized. You can join the memberships, which go to support the laptop fund, and you can also super chat or whatever if you want. You don't have to. It's totally voluntary, and it's totally up to you guys. So this channel's different to my other one. This isn't. None of this is going to the bunnies. Once the laptop's done, I'll probably turn memberships back off again. Um, it's just to sort of support my equipment costs at the moment to keep me going. Okay, and all the other stuff on the other channel goes to the bunnies. Right, I'm going to do my hellos. We've got the lovely Jayne, who is co-hosting tonight, Ohio resident. So we can all welcome Jayne. We got Manda Sky. Hello, sweetheart. How you doing, hun? We have Terry Knowles, band again. Hello, hello, hello. We got Alan Edge. Hello, old mucker. How you doing? We got Loza B. Hello, hun. Hang on a minute. You're all talking again. Right, we got Surf A. I'm going backwards. We've got Sid. Sid is also a member on the channel. Jayne was my first member. And then we've got Sid. Jayne beat you because Sid was the first member on the other channel. God Struggler, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I think the USA is on attack within as well. I think we all are. We're all under attack. Look at the old prickaroos. Hello, Simply
Mm.
Cliff. Hello, how you doing? Yeah, it's genocide. TT boy, hello. Thanks for coming over. All the people that have come. Mouse Nation, the beautiful Mouse Nation. Batman, how you doing, Batman? Batman's awesome. So what I'll be doing, I'll be making some manager. Raz, hello, mate. We'll be doing some well, not bio-curious. We'll be doing some managing moderators over here as well. So when I'll get to that in a minute. I've video on my channel something coming through a portal. Oh, really? That's interesting. We'll have a look at that. Well, it won't be tonight, but I'll have a look at that. And if I do, if you know, I'll do it. I'll do a look. John Holiday, hello, welcome, welcome. DJ Rockford in the house. We got James One. Mark Bolton, hello, my friend. Good to see you. Rebecca, the beautiful Rebecca's in the house. Hello, my darling. We have Painful. Gigi, hello, sweetheart. Are you? I think you're a lady. I'm a lady. It's International Women's Day today, Jayne. Do you know?
International what?
International Women's Day, and
Oh,
sorry, Nikki's funeral was on International Women's Day.
well, big up to all the women.
Mm.
You know,
Big up the women.
that's
Big up the
right.
birds. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so
That's a shame. I will have to talk afterwards about. Yeah, I know what's going. You're in a dilemma with Curtis. I know it's upsetting.
yeah,
It's upsetting.
what do I do? Terry
Yeah.
Knowles band again. Dazar, hello, welcome, welcome. 46 people watching. Please hit the like. This is my smaller channel, so I'm not sure. I haven't not streamed on this for a while. Oh, hang on a minute. What's this? Hold on.
Well, while you're looking at that, I want to say hello to all the people in the chat that have said hi to me. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Cynthia Cliff. Hi, Alan Edge. James One. Michael English. Cynthia Cliff. Hi there. Surf Royer. Batman. Band again. I know I'm missing some people, but I went Mouse Nation. They're saying hi to me too, and I wanted to say hi back.
Can I just say something, guys? I think Curtis is out. Curtis, if you're listening to this, you've just done something for me. Jayne has just undone it.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay, that's
Yeah.
a relief.
So he must be out. Okay. Blackjack, hello, welcome. Right, if you want to join the membership, you can either wait for my other channel to be back monetized, which looks like it'll be next month, but I can't guarantee it. Or you can join this one, or you can join this one until the next one. It's up to you. Funky82, hello, welcome. Okay, so Jayne's going to start presenting some information while I try and find out what's gone on. But I will say this. There is something that I've found out that is really, really bizarre, and it could be related to this. That what's the chances of a heli? I think it's a helicopter crash. A few weeks after this in Ohio, with some hello Hunter. I think we need to investigate this, but I think we'll do that on another stream. It depends. We'll see, because I know Jayne's got a
Okay.
lot of information for us tonight. So I'm going to grab some of that up. We can all welcome Jayne again to the stream.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, the helicopter crash could be or it could not be. It just, yeah, looking into it might be a good idea. Because I know that a lot of those officials that were from Norfolk Southern refused to go to the meetings, public meetings, where they were invited and they were supposed to be there to answer questions for the public. And they were a no show because they said they feared for their safety. I mean, it could have been weather related, but yeah, that helicopter crash should be looked into. Most
Yeah.
definitely.
The fact that they were on their way to I'd have to get it all up. I come across it today while I was doing my research. I thought, right, okay, I'll have a look and see if there's. I'm just getting your first. Is your first one Train Report 2 to 25 NBC News?
Yeah, it would be the very first one
The
down at
very
the bottom. Yeah,
okay. Um,
yeah.
it looks like we have a bigger conspiracy on our hands than we thought, and we already thought we had one. So, welcome to those coming in. We're going to be dissecting. Hello, Shirley Holmes. We're going to be dissecting. That's the wrong one. It's not that one. We're going to be dissecting the Ohio train crash and what happened. I've opened a video, so that's the wrong one. It's not that one.
Yeah, be a lower
The link
one.
to it, which is not very helpful for you. Hello, Coco Chanel. How you doing, darling? Seed, my brummy bestie, she says. Right, okay. So this is the first one. So for those of you who don't know, Jayne, do you want to give a really brief? Most people will know what it is, but just in case there's anyone watching who doesn't know, do you want to give us a brief overview of what happened and the
Mhm.
date? Do you know the dates and everything, or?
Yes, I actually do. I jotted those down so that I wouldn't
Okay.
sound too stupid. Uh,
No, no, it's okay.
no, it was on February 3rd that this train derailment happened. There were 38 cars that actually derailed when um, when the train crashed during the wreck. Five of them carried toxic fluids. And that then became, they decided to burn it. They dug a ditch because what happens is these cars were cooled. They have to be, because if it gets like 8 degrees Fahrenheit, supposedly these can explode, the chemicals. So what they did was they didn't care that they went up to the train cars. This gets me. They went up to the train cars and they actually released the liquid that they were afraid that these cars were going to explode. That doesn't make any sense to me. You know, if you thought the cars were going to explode, then you sure as heck wouldn't be going up there and saying, "Oh, I'll just turn the valve here and dump all this into the trench I just dug." But that's what they did, and then they burned it. And when they burned it, it released even worse chemicals than the chemical itself, that was the dioxide that was in the initial fluid. And at one point, with the burning, it actually created mustard gas, which was used in World War I, and it was banned throughout the world, never to be used again. Chemical warfare. And so that's some of the dates of what happened. The EPA didn't come in till the 21st, the federal EPA, and said that they're actually going to start managing the cleanup, because at first they weren't even going to manage the cleanup of this thing. It was like, well, the trains will take care of it, no problem.
The thing
And
is, though, you couldn't make it up, could you, Jayne? Because hello,
no,
Catherine. Hello, Bev. Sorry, Jayne. Hello, Bev. Love. Hello, Matthew. Hello, everyone coming in. Welcome, welcome. Do you know what, Jayne? And Sid saying brainless fools. I don't think they are brain. I think there's more to this. Carry on, Jayne. Sorry, I just wanted to say hello. I think there's more to this than them being brainless.
well, yeah, this is really ridiculous, because the train then came. First off, they had to address our governor, which is DeWine. That's his name,
Is he a
Dewine.
Republican or a Democrat? Do you
He's
know?
actually a Republican,
Okay.
and but he acts like a Democrat.
Ah,
So,
one of
you
them.
know, he sways with whatever mood. He's
Yeah.
one of those. He can be wishy-washy.
Some of the Republicans are awful now. You know, they ousted Trump, for example. So it's like our Conservative Party. A lot of them, they're all the same.
Yeah.
So he's not like a hardline Republican then.
No, he's not. He's not hardline. He's very wishy-washy. Might as well be Democrat.
Yeah.
But supposedly, not supposedly, the train has had to get an okay from our governor to burn the chemicals. Now, the train says we told DeWine what chemicals were in there, and he said it was okay to burn them. And DeWine says, no, they didn't tell me what chemicals were in there, or I wouldn't have said anything about them burning it. So they're
Mm.
both throwing it off onto each other, of course.
Well, that's what they do. They're going to blame each other, and that's classic.
Yeah, and for the first
Yeah.
24 hours, DeWine is saying, well, the railroad wouldn't release what was in the cars, what it was carrying. And the
Mm.
railroad said, well, we didn't know what was in it.
Yeah, I genuinely believe that they did. There's been lots of theories. Yeah, BlackRock owns everything. I don't know whether you've heard about the fact that
Yeah.
the people involved are trying to buy the Jayne. Was it like the scene from Close Encounters? Well, Jayne didn't go there, but we can get some photos up. Like, so why people are coming in before we go straight into it. I'll just give you a quick idea of what we
Yeah,
were
what it
looking
looked
at.
like. Yeah.
So it was. The thing is, as well, Rebecca made a good comment, and I don't even know if she realised what a good comment she made. Um, Rebecca said it's been very quiet on this. Exactly. That's the point. When they are talking about things and they're not talking about other things, you know that there's a reason for that. So they're quiet on it for a reason. They don't want us to talk about it. They want us to. They started talking about other things like the UFO, for example. All these UFO spy balloon thing, they all happened when this had just happened. So
Didn't they, though? Yes.
yeah, so and the UFOs have gone very quiet now,
Mm-hmm.
um, and that was the same time that this was going on,
Mm-hmm.
and um, Nicola Bulley had just gone missing, but that was a UK thing, so I wouldn't look too much into it. But I just want to get this picture. I'm just going to stop that screen for a moment, what Jayne's talking about. I'm just going to show you. I don't know if Jayne has seen this. She probably has. Oh, Batman! Has Batman joined the membership? Oh, you don't have to, but that's so kind. Let me just have a quick look. Okay, so I don't know if you've seen this, Jayne, but this is
Yeah.
when they were burning it. This is it from space.
Yes, what happened, and see, originally almost all of Ohio, and I've got some maps that I screenshot for you too, but to show you map wise. But what happened, there was an air inversion at the same time that they decided to burn this. So
Right.
instead of it going up and out and spreading, and what like the wind blows, it was like with the air inversion, it put a cap on it. It
Wow.
held it down. So it just spread. And that's why most of Ohio, for almost a little over a week, was under a watch for toxic chemicals. And I think I said I went out, it was about a week after this happened. And I went outside. I decided to smoke a cigarette. I know I'm trying to quit, but I
I know.
decided to do it.
Yeah.
And I was so sick, I thought I was gonna vomit. I had to come in. I was so ill, and now I wonder if it might have been caused by that.
Do you want to tell people whereabouts you are? Because again, we've got a lot of people that might not know.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm in Columbus, Ohio, and actually there should be something I sent you towards the end that says, map East Palestine,
yeah.
and that will show you Columbus and where East
We'll
Palestine is
get a little map
located.
up. So again,
Yeah.
apologies for this. We should have been more ready. It's my fault because
No, no,
I
it's
went
not.
to, I was getting Jack to sleep and I fell asleep with him.
No, I told you I'm haphazard anyway. I kind of put things in order, but I don't know if it really will be in order.
It's difficult, isn't it? I'm usually
It
better
is.
than this. Um,
No.
okay, so I'm just going to get a county map up of Ohio. So just bear with me, guys.
Well, I
Um,
sent you one, hun, in an email.
did
It
you?
says, yeah,
Okay.
look at when it says East Palestine.
Okay.
Screenshot East Palestine.
So Jane's very organised.
No, I'm not. It was,
She
I
she
just rush at the end and it looks like I'm organized.
is. Okay, so you sent me a photo and you're saying that you've called it.
Screenshot is the name. Screenshot East Palestine in your emails. It should be one of the last ones I
Oh,
sent.
Scooby Doo's choking again.
Oh.
Yeah, he's choking on his own snot. He's on antibiotics, guys. Okay, we're doing all we can. We can't afford to defibrillate. You can get these special things like a mask where they can, breathe in moist air. We can't afford one of them. So what we've been doing is putting him in the shower room. In the we've got like a wet room, turning the shower on, and then leaving him in there for 5 minutes, just holding him and letting all the steam get on his little chest. But yeah,
Oh,
poor
okay.
little thing.
Yeah. Poor
So
thing.
yeah, he's such a cute, he's only tiny. I can't. It fits in my hand. He's the size of a guinea pig. He's,
Oh.
he's a tiny little dwarf. So we have a map here. So
I thought,
whereabouts are you?
well, you need to pull out. I thought I'd sent a screenshot where it was like the state and it shows a pin mark. But
Jane,
maybe you're doing it
in the
yourself.
rainbows.
So,
It's okay, hon. I was saying Jane's already started with the innuendos tonight. Jayne wants me to pull out. I will have a go, Jayne, love.
Well, just to
Um,
show you, is there a pin mark for where East Palestine is?
there's East Palestine. Okay, there.
Okay.
So this
All
is where it
right.
happened. So we're gonna keep an eye on there, and then
And
we're
you
gonna go
see,
looking for
yeah, Pittsburgh is just to the right.
yeah. So there's whereabouts are you? Sorry.
I'm in the middle of the state. It'll be just a little southwest of there.
So there's
There you
East
go.
Palestine here somewhere.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's why I sent you that
you're
screenshot.
there. Yeah, it didn't. That's how it came through. How strange.
Are
Okay, so
you
there's
serious? Oh dear.
yeah. It's all right, Jane. It's okay, sweetheart. There's Jane,
Yep,
Columbus, Ohio,
yep.
and there's East Palestine. So literally, Jane is only what 150 miles. Jane, you say
Yeah,
from
it's
the
150 miles to the west.
so poor Jane is in the region. Hello, welcome, free speech. 7:20. Yes, Curtis. Why is Curtis coming in as not him? What's this
What?
about? What's going on? Is this a troll?
I don't. Where are you seeing?
Not Curtis.
That's a troll.
It
That's a
must be.
troll.
Apparently they're both on crack.
Can you get rid of that Batman? That's a troll.
Um,
Good grief.
the thing is, I get trolled, right? I get trolled. I get trolled that I'm too fat, then I get trolled that I'm on drugs. So which one is it? Because you can't be both.
Well, those were both on crack. So I guess I'm on crack too.
We're all on crack.
Yeah, we're all on crack.
Any trolls, F them off. You've got Curtis me just laughing, whoever it is. Whoever you are, I'm laughing. I laugh at trolls, okay? We've got some new trolls coming in who are courtesies trolls. That's my
Yeah.
penny to pull out. I know Louise gets my meat. Gets thank you, love. He's actually laughing. Um, hello, little Miss Sunshine. The thing is, okay, the trolls that are coming in now that are courtesies trolls that are quite new to this trolling game on YouTube. Um, you don't intimidate me or scare me. The trolls that I've got, Jane knows, they don't intimidate and scare me. And they've gone real life on me. So some people making some comments, guys, it isn't going to upset me. So, you can call me, you can say I'm on crack all you want. It really doesn't bother me. Hello, babyface, how you doing? I find it quite comical. Hello, how you doing? We've got, so thank you for everyone who's still here. He has been arrested, but I think he's out. I know you're not a troll, sweet. No, we meant that one that's called himself Curtis. I think Curtis has been released, and the reason why I know this is because he's undone that thing. Jane knows what I'm talking about. Now, only he can do that.
Yeah, so he'd have to be out to be able
He's
to
out.
do
He's
that.
got to be out. Okay, Curtis, if
Yeah.
you're watching, message me, please. Okay, so Jane is only 150 miles away from East Palestine here. So this is where the train derailment was. So poor Jane is within like they only evacuated, was it a mile of
Ye-
this?
Yeah,
A
it was
mile.
outrageous. Yeah.
And that was only for a week. So Jane is going to go through some of the
Mm.
things. Now we're going to look at like what's happened during it. What we don't know. Okay, we have no idea why it was. I don't know. So we want to try and keep the stream on this because people are going to be watching this on the replay and thinking, what's she on about? Because remember, this is a different channel as well. Now, there's people on this channel who don't watch my other channel and they don't know what I'm talking about. So just to get back, for those of you who are just coming in, this is from space. Okay. So this is what it looked like from space. Now, all they did was evacuate a mile of this. Now, people are saying this is the USA's version of Chernobyl. I agree.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
agree. This is a massive, massive event. And the fact that they have hardly spoken about this is an absolute disgrace. So, what
It
we're
is.
going to do now, we're going to get some more of what Jane's been talking about. And if we get time, I'm going to go through my research because it's
Mhm.
pretty mind blowing. I'll tell you that much. Welcome everyone that's coming in. Gain of function, Steve. Hello, Steve. Can we please again, if you're coming in, welcome lovely Jane, who is here. She is our roving reporter. She did offer to go to Ground Zero, But I did say, I said, look, Jayne, love, I said, you don't have to do that. It's okay. Now, we was going to hire a hazmat suit,
That's right.
but we,
But
yeah,
they were all already
sold
rented
out.
out. Yeah.
They were all gone. So we didn't have the hazmat suit for Jayne. So we're just going to talk about it instead. So this is back to this. So, do you want to watch this little video, Jayne? Is that we've got a little video here? Yeah,
Yes, because this is yes, please.
Diagnosed with ailments related to chemical
right.
exposure, including East Palestine, Ohio, where residents are facing health concerns 3 weeks
I
after
don't
the
know why it's doing that.
catastrophic derailment of a train carrying toxic chemicals. NBC News reporting that several people have already been diagnosed with ailments related to chemical exposure, including bronchitis. I want to bring in NBC's Jesse Kirsch, who's in East Palestine. This thing, Jesse, has been ongoing. You've been there really since
This is just terrible.
A lot of folks understandably worried, not just about the effects they're feeling today and tomorrow, but the effects that could come in weeks and months.
We probably want to pause and talk over it a little bit too.
Last
Penny.
night, what did folks say?
Yeah, okay. What I'll do, I'll turn the audio down a little bit.
Yeah,
we don't want to be getting any
strikes. Yeah,
strike. Yeah, I don't think NBC would strike me, but they'll probably stop my monetization. Can you guys see this? You can't you? So what they're talking about here is the health effects. Now, just a quick question, Jayne. What have the media been like over there? Have they been hello, Skip Donahue? Have they been all over this, or have they been because your media's different to ours? Ours just
no.
cover everything up.
Yeah, as you see, most this media that is mainstream here is from, like mid-February, or the 21st. After that, I really can't find anything mainstream media. It's just dropped off. What I find is local media or independent newspapers.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry. We're joking. So, hello, Elizabeth. Love Jayne. Don't go anywhere near it. Well, no, we wouldn't really send Jayne there. I'm only joking.
And I really wouldn't go.
What's this? Sorry, someone's just emailed me. I'm just
Sure.
reading it now.
Yeah, what they decided to do there is they opened a health clinic in the area for people to go to. I don't think they're getting a lot of traffic. I know I wouldn't go there if it was open specifically by government officials to help monitor sicknesses and illnesses. I would prefer to see my own doctor. I'll say that. And this is the other thing.
I've heard about this, and all they want to do, for the people that are in the 1 mile sort of zone of ground zero where it happened. All they've been offered is $1,000, and that's just to cover some testing and some basic, not even rehoming. Now, remember, these people had to leave their homes. Now, they're told them to go back after a week. They didn't want to go back. They had no choice. They had nowhere to live. Who's going to pay for their hotel costs? There's been no support. Older B-Day here, this thing here that can barely even talk, let alone be a president. He couldn't run a bath, let alone a country. He buzzed off to Ukraine. Now, his own country were in the shitter, and he went to Ukraine. This is the sort of stuff that we're dealing with now. Now, President Trump has visited. I don't know whether you're aware of this, Jayne.
Oh, yes, I am. Yeah.
Is that in your? I don't know if that's.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think I got that in there. No, but yes, he did visit, and he was well received. But most people, that's a Republican county. Most people voted Republican in that county.
Yeah, and they voted Republican and ended up getting a Democrat by default because we get that here a lot as well. Okay,
well, and even with Biden, he didn't want to send originally because they were asked, "Can we send in like FEMA?" Because we have an agency to help in disasters, and he said no, it wasn't covered under FEMA because it wasn't a natural disaster.
I remember that he tried to get that.
And even the EPA, which is Environmental Protection Agency. He didn't send it in until over 2 weeks later. And what they're doing, they're monitoring, but they're monitoring for the chemical that it was before it was burned.
Yeah, not what it's created.
Exactly.
Hello, Cara. How you doing,
So
sweetheart?
that's why they're saying the air is safe.
It's
But the
beyond.
air isn't safe because these reports will talk about how these people are going back into. Maybe if you could drop that link for other people would be
Yeah,
good.
I've just dropped it there.
Okay, good.
It is a cover up, but there's more to it than just someone being a bit dumb.
Yeah, because people there are having all these respiratory problems. They're having rashes. They're feeling ill all the time. And the ones that were away, once they're away, they start feeling a little bit better. But when they go back to their homes, they get sick again. But yet they're saying, oh no, the air is safe. It's fine. The water's safe. It's not. And they won't let independent researchers come in and do testing, which that's another red flag right there too. Because there's been several universities that say they want to come in and they want to test and see what's actually going on in the environment, and they've been stopped. And that shows up in a later report that I have about all the animals that are dying.
Exactly. Now, the thing is, hello, DJ Rockford. The thing is, what gets me about this is, now look at the pandemic, right? We've got to be careful, but look at look at the complete overreaction of that. When look at this that's happening, and nobody gives an absolute crap. Well, that's another thing, because the water supply, the derailment happened over the drain to that was the main water supply for the entire area. They're saying 100 to 200 years, Rebecca. It is a Chernobyl. So when Jayne has finished with her research, if we get time, I'll go into some of mine, because I'm more of, I got my tinfoil hat on.
Yeah, and I don't. I only have half a tin.
Jayne has gone from no tin to half
No,
a tin.
I have a half a tin. I've always
You
had a
do
half a
now,
tin.
but when I met you, like for example, Jayne, I remember when you first came up and people were talking about, for example, they were talking about the chemtrails, and you were like, it's just aeroplanes. And now Jayne even admits that there is something to that. Jayne, but you said that
Yeah,
yourself, haven't you,
yeah,
sweetheart?
there can be something. Yeah,
There
I
is
agree.
definitely something.
Well, but the water supply, see, the the geology of what Ohio is like. Now, where I'm at in Columbus, it's very flat. But once you start heading east there, you're starting to bump into the foothills of the Appalachia Range, the mountains.
Right,
And
okay.
so over there, there is a lot of caves. There's a lot of underground. And again, it's all limestone. So it gets eaten away. So we have a lot of underground feeders all throughout the eastern half of the state. It's not just in that area. Yeah.
So yeah, that it's affecting, they reckon it's affecting nearby states as well, not just
Oh, yeah, Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Pennsylvania. Is it Kentucky as well, the next state along?
Yeah, Kentucky's just south of us. Yes. And West Virginia is
West
right
Virginia.
there because it happened, and the way the Ohio River runs, the outline of the southern part of the state is the Ohio River. Okay. And
Yeah.
East Palestine is 10 miles north of the Ohio River. And the Ohio River starts in Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh's just across the line from East Palestine. And then right there where it's going into the Ohio, where East Palestine is, it's running into West Virginia also.
So, guys, the fact that the mainstream media have hardly spoken about this, when there are people who have got no choice than to go home and live.
Mhm.
Yeah. Thank
Well,
you, Luce, love.
And it's a rural area. So, yeah, the water supply, it's a rural area. And I think there's only 5,000 residents themselves of East Palestine, but there's a lot of farms around. So the thing is people can't really up and move because even if you live in town, you might have pets. Well, hotels typically don't take pets, and people don't want to leave their animals.
Yeah, which is totally understandable as well, isn't it?
Right, exactly. So, there was that one talk of the one woman that was in town and she let her dog out, to go to the bathroom in the backyard. It was all fenced in, a larger area, and the dog never came back. And she had to go searching for it. She found it dead out there. This was within the first few days
So the dog just went out, like
to relieve
it was a
itself. Yeah.
perfectly healthy dog. There was the
Mhm.
chickens as well, wasn't there, that we watched? The chickens were. I don't know whether I sent that to you. Oh, what a surprise! We've been put on limited ads. Is that because of the topic, or is that because of trials? Now, usually on this channel, we don't get put on it. Usually this channel doesn't have that problem that my other channel does. I think we sort of go under the radar with some of the trolls. So is it because of what we're talking about? Do they not
Well,
like?
and it might be, and remember, there was a link for this channel was in the Penny Bunny channel.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, they might have come over. Yeah.
Well, hopefully it'll be sorted after. If it stays on an amber, we know it's the topic. Can just say a few hellos. So Bridget BCTV has come in. Hello, sweet. How you doing? What's on tonight, guys? Okay, so we're talking about the Ohio. It's basically a Chernobyl. But it is a Chernobyl. Thank you, Shirley. I appreciate that, sweetheart. Can I just say thank you to anyone who's sent money into the pool for the laptop. It's still on the wrong price. Hello, babyface. We're still on the wrong price. Uh, so do you want me to turn my ad block off? You don't have to, Steve, mate. Honestly, it's peanuts. Anyway, no, because they've turned them off. They've just. I've had a thing saying they've turned ads off. But you don't have to, Steve. Honestly, if you do watch any ads right now, I won't get the revenue anyway. So not until they override it. But thank you, Mima. Hello, sweetheart. Manjeet, very sus. We will be talking about that, Paul from Newcastle. Welcome, by the way. The movie, I don't know if Jayne has heard of the movie. Thank you for joining the membership, Batman. I don't know when you joined it, but I want to say a huge thank you. Have you heard of the movie White Noise, Jayne?
Yeah, and they're actually one of the guys that live in East Palestine was in the movie,
He
and he
was.
thought, yeah,
He was an extra.
yeah,
So we're watching that little interview with him as well. But we've got this up now, so we're gonna. Here we go. So Jayne has sent this into Zero Hedge. So pick up Zero Hedge because we need these sort of websites to keep going. Okay, so I've put the link in so you can go and read it. Everything I'm going to be showing tonight, I'll put the link in. If I don't, then remind me if I miss it. So
mm,
this was quite. It says it was 2nd of March. Now it says here that only the initial estimate of animals dead was 3,500. We now know it is at least 47,500 animals have died from this. Now, it's sickening. We're talking about fish. Now, the water is that bad, it's just killing all the fish. Chickens, pet dogs,
mhm,
pet cats. It's like the canary, putting the canary down the mines. It's the
mhm,
same thing. The animals are suffering. No one gives a shit. No one cares. If the government in America don't care about animals, they're not going to give a shit about people. I mean, they don't give a shit about people, they give a shit about animals. It's just awful. There has been countless reports of health concerns. No one is talking about this. It's
mhm,
not all over the mainstream media. Now, just imagine if this happened. Okay, a disaster like this happened in Ukraine, for just to give you an example, or a country where they love to, in Africa or somewhere, there'd be a massive outpouring. They'd be doing fundraisers. And when these sort of things happen on their own backyard, America, which is, you know, the biggest democracy, as they say, in the world, and the, you know, Biden, B-Day, is the leader of the free world. He doesn't give a shit about his own people, and I think if anything, this has proven to the Americans who even voted for him that this he has betrayed his people. There's been betrayal across the board, but on this occasion, this also goes to the top. They are trying to sweep it under the rug. Hello, Bailey, love. How you doing, sweetheart? Yeah, so it's just shocking. It really is. But we'll be talking about white noise. Did you send me anything, Jayne, on that? Because if not, I think I might have something.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, I didn't. If I could add something though quickly.
I'll look for it, and then you talk
Oh,
to.
okay, yeah, about all these animals dying. It's the abundance of them are fish, their aquatic life, and what the authorities are saying. Well, it's no big deal because they aren't. You know, they're just average run of the mill small fish, and there's plenty of them, and they're not on any kind of watch list that they would go extinct. So it's no big deal. So that's what they're saying. Well, it was just fish. It's no big deal. But
Fish
but
lives matter.
yeah, well, this is the problem. Environmentalists are saying that the frogs and the fish will be the first to die, as they're the most sensitive,
And
and they
also,
need to look
the
to them,
ecosystem.
yeah, for the agriculture pollution. And it's important to look to them, not just the animals, really, as the fish are so sensitive to changes that's the indicator right there that something is wrong with the environment if your fish and frogs are dying. Th-
Exactly. And also,
yeah.
everything matters, everything, because at the end of the day, if you've got, like, people say, oh, it's not important. It's like the bees. Oh, the bees aren't important. Well, it's an ecosystem.
Mhm.
One thing starts to go, everything else starts to go. So it's not a case of, you know, they're only frogs, they're only fish. Well, that frog and those fish, they have a part to play within the ecosystem, and it knocks everything out once one thing goes. You know, it causes problems all over. I'm just looking for this link, so if I can't find it, which is a good chance, what I should have done is my own fault, is created folders within my emails for each topic.
Yeah.
Instead,
Yeah.
I've just starred the stuff that's important.
Uh,
So I should
well,
have created folders, so it's my own fault. So I'm just searching now.
okay. Well, I can still talk about a couple things while you're doing
Yeah,
that,
you
if that's all
carry on
right.
talking, darling, and then
Yeah,
I'll.
there's a woman there who's a local farmer, and she said that all her white turkeys are on antibiotics for respiratory problems,
Oh,
and that her chickens, when they lay eggs, they have a purple hue to them.
wow.
So
Really?
obviously inedible. Yeah. So it's going to affect all the animals, even, think that in the area, because there's also farm animals and those are sent to slaughter. Those, that's how they're grown. Those animals may not be able to. What about the milk from cows? It could be tainted too.
Yeah. This is uh, people don't realize this is going to affect everybody, and it's also going to affect the export. Now, are they going to be exporting this to other countries around the world? And if they own up and say, right, we're not going to, we can't, then it's going to affect massively affect the export, you know, the economy in America as well. So
Well, it's
how,
ironic you said that, because in one of the articles, China is concerned because China gets a lot of their food from us.
yeah,
And China is concerned about toxic chemicals in the food that they might be getting from us, whether it be meat, poultry, or even crops that are grown on the land. It's
yeah.
really, really bad. Now, our governor went in a couple of weeks ago, the fool he is, and he went to two houses, and because they say the water's safe, and he pulled the tap and took a couple of sips of water out of a couple of houses to prove that it's safe.
I remember that.
Yeah, yeah.
Idiot. What an
Y-
idiot.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he is. He's
Serves
an
him right,
idiot.
though.
But on with the animals dying. There's two other, but if it didn't come up on the screenshots that I sent you, they won't come up on these either. But there's two parks in Ohio. One is Wayne National Forest, and it's around a town called Athens, Ohio, which is
Okay.
about 50 miles southeast of me. And then there's another park called Shawnee State Park, and it's around Portsmouth. It's right around the Ohio River. Now, since they won't let anybody go into East Palestine and do any sampling, they've gone into the parks and they're finding dead elk, dead deer,
Oh,
dead
no.
dead mink, and they're taking the carcasses and they're doing autopsy and taking the livers, and all the livers come that these animals died from the toxic chemicals. It's all in their livers. This will even affect hunting in Ohio. Now, these places are well west of East Palestine. They're even closer to me.
Wow.
Yeah. And they're saying that the water is safe, but there's like 3 million people that get their water supply from the Ohio River. And again, East Palestine is like 10 miles north of the Ohio River, very close to the head of the river. And it follows the shape of the state of Ohio on the southern border. And 3 million people get their water from there. And the authorities said, well, they can do treatment at the water plants and everything will be fine. The water is still drinkable because it's the toxins are coming down in a big group, it says. And it will get more and more diluted as it goes further down the river. So there's no need to worry. But all the water treatment plants that are along the Ohio River are shutting down. Well, that doesn't make sense. Either it's okay or it's not okay.
Yeah. They just.
Yeah. And water sales, I'm sure down there, bottled water is probably out the window.
Did you say to me that you also drink bottled water as well? You don't drink the main water?
I actually have a filter. It's
That
called
was it. You did tell me that. Yeah, sorry.
it's called a Berkey, and it takes out the chlorine too.
Yeah, okay. I'm
Yeah.
going to say because
Yeah.
you don't want to be drinking the water. Does your water come from around there as well then?
No, it doesn't. It comes from two rivers that feed almost directly north and south to the state. So it
Right.
doesn't really, but it shouldn't, it's not good water, but it doesn't come from that water source.
So anyone that's just coming in now, we are doing live investigation on the Ohio train derailment disaster. Let me just get this up now. I'm just going to have a quick look at this because there was a movie. Now we've got to be really careful now. They're probably going to demonetize it if I show any of the
Yeah, they might.
Yeah, we're already in trouble with them. I'm going to show a couple of videos then. This is the scene. So there's a few people making videos, so hopefully I'll try and get away with it. Or I can always cut it out after the stream ends. So someone's put here, this guy, I'm not going to show his video, but there's a scene here, train accident scene, White Noise 2022 movie, where it's all predicted. Now, one of the extras that was in that movie was actually in Ohio and near to the derailment. So let me just get this up. Let me just see if I can find it. Uncanny. Okay, this is it here. I found it. So let's have a look at this.
Well, here's a frightening example of art imitating life, folks. The Netflix movie White Noise from just last year is a story of a suburban family's life getting upended following a toxic train crash. And guess where it takes place? Ohio.
Make it up.
Good God, I'll say that.
I'll just cut it out if I do get a copyright.
Let's watch a sitcom or something. They're calling it the airborne toxic event.
They won't come this way.
Will we have to leave our home?
Of course not.
How do you know?
I just know.
Okay, what if it's dangerous?
Yeah, maybe if you pause it, Penny,
Yeah,
every
so-
now and then.
So these are
And-
clips from the movie where this train derailment happened in Ohio. Now they do like, hello Roy, they do like to tell us, don't they, what they're going to do. Paul from Newcastle mentions the Simpsons movie as well. Go along, get along. Hello, let me give you a wrench. Okay, is Mouse Nation still here? Louise, I've made you a managing moderator. Hello, Carl, welcome. Funky82 likes your pussycat, Jane, love.
Aw.
As well. Let me just do. I don't think I've done you on my other one. I need to. I sounded really, really wrong. Sid on the net as well. Oh, Jane, I've just noticed my little alien thing that I've got for me membership.
Yeah, it's cute.
Quite good, doesn't it?
It is cute, I think.
So, why has some people got different colours? Is that because I know that shouldn't you all be the same colour? Oh, because Batman's renewed his, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, they do get different colours as it goes on. So there are there's neon ones and they get brighter as you get longer down the membership thing. It took me ages to do it. Hello, CDC. Clowndet Circus in the house. Water filters are useless. Invest in a water distiller, says Shirley. Well, the thing is, Jane isn't having that water, but she's just removing the stuff that is.
Yeah, a Berkey is much better than a distiller. Actually, it's more hardcore. It takes out pesticides and all sorts of chemicals and junk that are in the water, and then I have extra filtration on it that actually takes out the fluoride that's put into the water, because I don't want that fluoride. So it's
do they add it to your? Do they add fluoride to your water then?
All throughout the United States, fluoride's added.
I've looked into that, and that is a whole new live stream. Luckily,
you guys don't have that, do you?
We do in parts of England. We do, and they're putting a new law through now where it's going to be everywhere. But there's been a lot of backlash. My water company where I live don't add it. But
well, you know what fluoride is.
Yes,
it's a byproduct of the chemical industry.
Yeah,
it's a toxin that they can't get rid of.
And they also import it. I don't know about you guys over there, but they in the UK they import it from Israel. It comes in tanker loads. It is waste product from Israel. That is what is in the UK, England water supply. I don't know where it comes from in America. Now, you see,
we have enough chemical manufacturing over here that there's plenty. There's more than enough.
It is in toothpaste. This is what I don't get now. I do have fluoride toothpaste. Some people say I shouldn't, but I've never had a filling. I've never had a cavity.
Well,
I'm 42 years old. So
well, and if you notice on the toothpaste tube, it says to make sure to spit and not swallow it. And the thing is if you coat the teeth with fluoride, then it really is, it's not a bad thing, coating the teeth, because it will help prevent cavities. But drinking it by the gallon does nothing but put the toxic chemicals in your body. It doesn't help your teeth.
No, it doesn't. And if you look on the toothpaste, it will always say, please consult your dentist if you have another source of fluoride. So basically it's saying if you're having it in the water, then you shouldn't be having it in your toothpaste and vice versa. So we don't need it in the toothpaste. Anyway, it does cause problems. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. So I'm going to show a little bit more of this now. Okay, spit or swallow. Yeah, Jane's full of the innuendos tonight. She doesn't even mean to. Jane's on fire. She's on fire tonight, people.
That's right. Spit or swallow.
She doesn't even need to try, Jane. She's that good. She really is.
You're funny.
Jane is an amazing co-host, everybody. If we can all big up Jane and thank Jane. It's a shame that some of your like Bacon and Danny aren't here. They probably don't They probably don't even realise that you're on with me, do they? They're probably not
I don't know if they do or not. I haven't mentioned it. I don't know if they know or not. But
so we're gonna turn the
crazy?
volume off, but we're gonna watch a bit while we and Jane are talking. Don't block, but if it's just someone being a bit of a dick, just time out. But I know who he is. Joe didn't know, or whoever's blocked him. Thank you, Shirley. Oh, sorry, darling. It was timed out. You've been untimed out, Steve. Yeah, Steve is a cheeky one. He's all right, is Steve.
Is
Okay.
it possible I have some videos that I sent that are after those articles that show a couple of things, like where the train's on fire?
Yeah, we're going to get them now.
Yeah, and the creek, the water in the creek. I really would like people to see that.
Yeah, well, I think what we'll do, oh, thank you. I think what I'll do, I'm just getting up some of Jane's stuff now. I will probably do a part 2 on this, and I'll ask Jane to join me, but I'm going to go into this helicopter thing a bit more, because I don't think we're going to have time to do both tonight. But
Yeah, I don't think so.
let's watch this video. This is Jane's night tonight. Let me see if I can make it bigger.
Yeah. This is another derailment that happened a couple days ago.
Oh, okay. Let me just see if I can turn
in
the volume.
Ohio.
Another one happened. Was it not
Yeah.
chemical related, or?
Well, they had stay-in-place orders for about 24 hours for the residents, and it's tankers that derail. But
But
then
was the chemicals in there?
I don't know. They never did say
Okay.
what the chemical was or they didn't say what was in the container. So they just said it was non-toxic. So I guess it was lovely calf milk.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
of course.
That's probably what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this shows the derailment when it happened, and it's tankers. And this poor person in the car, they were lucky they were far enough away.
Out of interest, sorry, I just want to get something up before I press play. Out of interest, Jane, is this a common thing in Ohio? Do they have this happen a lot?
No, it isn't. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about.
I'll show it while you're talking.
They've now kind of made a ruling that any train that's over any train that's over 10,000 feet,
Springfield.
Springfield, Ohio, it's near Dayton. Any train that's over 10,000 feet, they have trains that are as long as a mile here. Okay. And the train that derailed in East Palestine actually had 3 engines. I think the derailment already happened. Yeah, here it is.
Sorry, I'm just looking at chat. Jeffrey dropped his phone. It wasn't meant on purpose, Steve. Penny Allen Edge wants to know spit or swallow. Jane, look what you've started.
Oh gosh, it's spit, obviously.
Jane's a spitter. I'm not going to answer that question. Right, I'm just going to give. Yeah, it was an accident. It didn't mean to time you out. I've done it before. I've not for a while, but I have actually knocked my phone and timed people out. I've been walking around and with phones in my pocket. Free speech managing moderator Steve Batman and Jane when she comments again. So just a big thank you to anyone who's who helps out with that. I appreciate that. Okay, so who's gone to bed? Oh, Steve, don't go. Oh, is Manda going? Okay, so this happened on the dash cam, and this poor guy, look, he's like backing up.
He's lucky. He really is.
He is lucky. He is lucky, and
look at these things come careening out.
And Springfield as well. That post saved his life. Because it hit that, and that is pretty sturdy, and that's going into the ground. It shook that. If that wasn't there, that would have come straight into this guy. This guy needs to thank this here for saving his life. Because if you watch, I'll play it again. Look, watch. It shows it here, so it shows it again in a minute.
No, it's already happened because I see the debris on the right. There we go.
So if you watch this post here, see, thank you. If it wasn't for that, he'd be dead now. Thank you. And I wonder if anyone's behind him. But I was saying this to Al the other day. Thank you. About the size of America. It's so vast. It's just so vast. And I think, like I was saying, eventually 69 watching it will be cut up. It's just so big, you know, to all be under one person, you know, B-Day. But so that was another derailment that Jayne was just
just a few days ago. Yeah.
A few days ago.
Yeah. And the thing, what they're saying now is any train that's over 10,000 feet.
Yeah.
That's big. Some trains here are a mile long.
Wow.
But the train in East Palestine was being pulled by 3 engines. And what they're going to make them do, instead of all 3 engines being at the front and pulling the train, they want the engines interspersed. So that way it's, you know, they're still all pulling the train, but they're all pulling the train with the power being distributed throughout the line. So hopefully this will stop that from happening as much, the derailments. But see, here in the United States, right before Christmas, the railroad workers were going to go on strike, the union. And the government came in and gave a deal that the union accepted. But a lot of these people, they're doing more work with less people, which is so typical. And they're not giving them many sick days. They're not giving them days off. Like they don't get a lot of these benefits, and they're not being paid all that much. And then they're cutting down the amount of workers, and they're asking them to do more. We used to have stations along the way that would monitor the train. Now they're electric.
And this while you're talking, is that all right? And I'll turn the sound down. Is that okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
And they're supposed to respond to this would happen 20 miles.
Today, pretty stunning video raising a lot of questions, especially.
Look at the train on fire. This is a train from East Palestine.
So this is
underneath this Norfolk Southern. This is 20 miles before it derailed.
Before it derailed.
So it was on fire before it derailed.
Yes, 20 miles before it derailed, it was on fire.
For days.
Do we know what caused that fire?
When did the crew know?
Yeah, they're saying that one of the wheels, the bearings went and it froze. And when it froze, it made sparks, and the sparks came up and put it on fire.
Plant in Salem, Ohio, some 20 miles from East Palestine. You can see what appear to be sparks.
Hello, Kate.
Under one of the cars.
Hello, Moon over Miami. Welcome to the live stream.
The video at a news conference earlier this week.
See, that's one of the things. They're not paying the mechanics out there to cut corners. So they're not looking at the equipment very well.
Well, it's only the Midwest. That's how they see it.
It's everything to save a buck. It all comes to the money.
The train passes and sounds an alert if they're overheated.
So yeah, but they're supposed to put more monitors in now, and it appears that not all the monitors are working. It used to be people did that job, but now they have electronics, and not all the electronics are working to send notice to the engineer, the conductor, to stop the train. And he didn't stop the train until after it derailed. He should have stopped it before.
Yeah.
But he didn't get notice.
There's literally, there's so many catalogue of errors in this. And I think, as I say,
then an emergency
it's going to need a deeper dive by the bunny.
The NTSB says there was an alert, but it is not known if it came
Sam
from the
Van
hotbox
Dam.
detector in Salem or the next one down the
Hello,
track
welcome.
20 miles away.
Have you changed? Is that you, Sam?
Where that
Oh,
derailment
Samuel. I
happened.
wondered why you had
And
a
if
wrench.
the
I
alert
don't know
wasn't
you.
triggered when the train passed Salem, why not? I spoke today with a retired Norfolk Southern engineer, Scott Wilcox, who lives in Avonmore.
How would that person know there was an issue?
Generally speaking, after the length of the train has passed over the detector, it will tell you there are no problems found.
The NTSB has obtained the train's data recorder
Thanks
and
for being
audio
here,
recordings.
Funky82.
Those are being
Appreciate that.
analyzed at an NTSB lab in
Beautiful
Washington,
Kate.
D.C.
Now, the agency is also checking whether all the detectors were working properly.
See,
If
they
the
weren't.
detector in Salem was working and there was no issue, Wilcox says generally it will send a.
It's outrageous. It's outrageous. It
really
never
is.
should have happened.
And it does feel like this has been done by design. You know, you can't.
I think it's been done by the company who's trying to save a buck, personally.
Yeah.
Maybe now they may be trying to hide things, but it was caused simply by saving $1.
I think there's more to it than that.
Oh,
But
yeah.
That's the rabbit hole we are going to be not tonight, because as I say, I will show the cloud again in a minute. Yeah. What I'm going to do tonight, we are talking about the derailment, the subsequent knock-on effect of the people, the animals, and so on. And Jayne has got much better. Well, Jayne has got the knowledge of the area. I ain't got a clue about the area, so Jayne is a lot more knowledgeable. Hello, Dr. David Borth. I didn't say hello. Jayne is very knowledgeable of the area because Jayne is our roving reporter in Ohio, as we know. And again, all the hazmat suits were out of stock, so she had to do it from her own home, 150 miles away. But we want to keep Jayne safe. We do pay Jayne in catnip for her pussycat. So don't worry, guys. We are paying Jayne minimum wage in catnip.
Yes, that's right. This video is very important. This is the only guy that's a representative. He's a junior congressman in our state, and he actually went out to East Palestine, and what he found is shocking.
And he doesn't even have a suit on or anything. Doesn't even have a mask on.
And he's trying to get legislation passed to, stop the railroads and put some more rules and regulations on them. But this video is frightening.
Well,
just frightening.
When you say major news, but not here, I don't think it's even major news in the States anymore. Like Jayne said, she can't find anything after the 23rd of Feb.
Yeah, you really got to search. You really, really got to look.
Okay, so we're going to watch. I think I've seen this. It's pretty bad, so I'm going to make it bigger if I can.
Hey guys, so I'm here at Leslie Run.
There we go. There's the button. Okay, guys, so this is an important one. We're going to turn the sound up, and we're going to let this man show you. So how long after was this? Do you know, Jayne?
This was gosh, when did he do this? Maybe a week ago. Week and a half ago. It probably was towards the end of February.
Okay, so the end of Feb, so it wasn't that long ago. So this guy, kudos to him for keeping this going. The mainstream media just don't give a shit in America.
Dead fish all throughout this water. So, something I just discovered is that if you scrape the creek bed, it's like chemical is coming out of the ground. Can you come here? And let me just show this to people. I don't know if you're going to see this on the camera, but watch this. Just see that chemical pop out of the creek.
Has it? It's okay my end. Does it froze?
And the fact that we have not cleaned up the train crash, the fact that these chemicals
see are perfectly my end.
You might have to redo it because you want to see when he scrapes.
I think it's the laptop. It's struggling. Let me just. I've got a few windows open, and they're all important. Hello, Ray Clay. They're all important windows that I've left open for the Nicola Bully stuff. I'm gonna have to shut them. Gonna have to. Even my laptop can't cope. You see it with
Yeah. I just really want people to see. Now, this is
No,
typical
I'm
of
going to play it again now. I'm just closing all this down a sec.
this is typical of a little creek that runs through, and when it rains, because there is, it's not flat terrain there, and when it rains, it will fill up and there'll be more water rushing through it. And you can see where it's banked up on the one side. So it's just there hasn't a lot of water right now, so the runoff isn't that much for the creek.
Does this run into a river that's used for
They
water?
they all run into rivers, all those little creeks do. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Welcoming everyone that's still here. We've got 60 people watching. Welcome to Ray Clay. Hello, hello, hello. Ray Clay, you're also in Ohio, aren't you? Whereabouts are you again? You were telling me earlier. Yeah, Jayne didn't leave the house for a week. We're going to watch this again. Apologies for the freezing. Thank you again. We're up to £100 on the laptop fund. So we're like a seventh of the way there. I am so scared that's going to go, that price, but there's not a lot I can do about it. Okay, here we go.
Hey
Let me
guys,
know
so
if
I'm
it
here at
freezes,
Leslie
Jayne,
Run,
again,
and
because
there's
it looks
Okay.
okay
dead worms
to me.
and dead
Thank
fish
you,
all
God.
throughout this water. So, something I just discovered is that if you scrape the creek bed, it's like chemical is coming out of the ground. Can you come here? And let me just show this to people. I don't know if you're going to see this on camera, but watch this.
Look at that.
See that chemical pop out of the creek. This is disgusting.
It's
and
horrible.
The fact that we have not cleaned up the train crash, the fact that these chemicals are still seeping in the
They
ground
can't.
is
They'll
an
never
insult
be
to the
able to
people who
clean
live
all
in
this
East
up.
Palestine. Do not forget these people. We've got to keep applying pressure. That's how we're going to fix this problem. Thank you. Hey guys, so
We're
I'm
going to
here
watch
at
that
Leslie
again.
Run, and there's dead worms and dead fish all throughout this water.
Yeah.
Something I just discovered is that if you scrape the creek bed, it's like chemical is coming out of the ground. Can you come here? And
The
let me
link
just
into
show this.
this.
Look at this
I don't know if
white
you're going to see
crap,
this on
and then it
camera,
looks
but
like an
watch
oil
this.
residue
Just see that chemical pop out of the creek.
all in the ground. All in the ground.
It's
disgusting. And there was other videos where people were like throwing a stone into the creeks that were by their home, and looks like it would with oil residue. But environmentalists say you'd be lucky if it was oil and gas, but it's not. It's even worse than oil and gas.
Yeah.
And that's bad enough.
This is the equivalent to the mustard gas, like you say, in World War One. It's the equivalent. It's
It's a whole toxicity of the environment, which is going to affect everything from the fish to the mammals to us.
Yeah.
It can cause cancer, but that's up to 10 years from now. It's terrible what is happening now. They're shipping out a lot of the contaminated stuff. They have shipped 4,600 yards of soil, and they've shipped 1.1 million gallons of water. All of this is contaminated. They tried to give it to Texas and to Michigan. And Texas and Michigan, they put it in trucks, and they tried to take it to Texas and Texas and Michigan turned it away and said, we don't want it. So they're back in Ohio, and what they're going to do, they're going to send it to two places in Ohio, two cities, and one is called Vickery, Ohio. And what they're going to do there is they're going to inject it into underground wells. But how deep are those wells, and will that still not, is it deep enough that the soil above will not be contaminated? Will it hold it? And then the other part they're sending to East Liverpool, Ohio. And we have an incinerator there, and they're going to incinerate it. Well, people there are worried you're going to burn the toxic stuff that was already burned and is now contaminated in the soil. So you're going to re-release it in the barn. So isn't that terrible? Yeah. Yeah. So it's just like they're spreading it. It's like it wasn't enough to keep it in East Palestine, which is, like you said, 100, 200 years worth of poisoning of the land. and the water supply. Now they're going to ship it to other parts of Ohio, and we're going to contaminate those parts too.
Just want to say a quick welcome to that's what we're trying to get to find out, Gigi. Welcome again to Kate. Kate, it looked like I took your wrench. I took it because I was giving you a super mod. So that's why when you commented there was no wrench, because I didn't take it off you, Kate. I took it to give you a super one. Yeah, so Kate, Jayne, when you comment, Mouse Nation, if she comments again, Sid and Batman. Blackjack as well, I think, and Louise. So basically what it means is that you can help me out with the actual if I'm setting up a stream, what it means is that you can change the slow mode. You can add a slow mode and stuff, and that you don't need to do that though. So don't do that unless I ask you. If I say to you, can you change the slow mode for me, you can do that, but unless I ask you, don't touch it, because I've set it all up. But at least that option's there. And you can time out moderators as well. So if we get a rogue mod, then the super moderators have got more power. Though you don't have a different color, which is a shame. We could have a nice pink one, couldn't we? I'm sure Blackjack and Sid would look nice in pink. But Ellen as well. Ellen and Symphy as well, sorry. So anyway, basically the 2 mini spanners, bull the machine. Now, I don't want people arguing over this, going, you all look the same. Okay, there's no pink ones. Yes, so welcome to Sarah. Hello, sweetheart. Are you one of the ladies from the Facebook group, Facebook chat? You are, aren't you? If not, I apologise. And Gigi's here. Penny, can I have a screwdriver? Says Alan Edge. Maybe. I'm a rogue lovable though. We can set subscribe. Yeah, you can, Batman, and slow mode. So I have subscriber mode for 1 minute, and I have slow mode for, I think it's a second or something. So what I'm gonna do, yeah, good point. Maybe it's a new thing. Hello, Jeffrey. It's a new thing that YouTube have decided to do. So it looks like
Well, I only have one other bit of info. Sorry.
Yes, Sarah. Sorry, Jayne. Carry on, darling.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I apologize.
No, it's fine. I was just saying thank you. Someone's just sent a donation to the laptop fund. So I just wanted to say a huge thank you. If it was you, I don't want to say your real name. Yes, you did, Sarah. I'll give you a wrench as well, because I know I speak to you, don't I, in that group. So I know who you are, and you can drop links now if you need to. So you've got if you need to drop links, you can. And I think we'll give Steve one as well, just a regular one, because you don't want him left out, do we? Just be good, Steve. Be a good boy. Okay, so what I'm gonna do. I just want to show you this, Jayne, because you know the areas better than me. Obviously, I don't know them at all. How far is Little Rock from East Palestine? Do you know?
And I don't know. That's not a larger town.
We need to get a map up. Basically, this is what happened. Manuel Hung, these names. This is a troll, I don't know. Says Curtis was arrested for filming inside. Got the trolls coming in now. Ben Jones. We have a Ben Jones, but that's not our Ben Jones. Look, this, I don't want it. Give it to charity. It's okay. Brian's got one as well. Brian should have one.
Oh, gee, I hadn't missed the trolls. How silly of me.
Brian, if you don't come in for a while, I reset them. That's why it looks like you've lost it. It's back again. I didn't know you didn't have one. Remember, I can't see, Brian, who's got one and who hasn't. No, I know. I like your name, Manuel Hung. No, I know. Apparently, it has. Ben Jones. That's not our Ben Jones, though, is it? Is that a troll Ben Jones? No, it's not our Ben Jones. It's okay, Bri. When you come back, I'll give it you. Thank you, Blackjack. But look, guys, okay, can we keep the subject? I didn't say you was pretending, but we've got another Ben Jones. That's all. Bloody hell. Look, this stream is a different channel. It's got nothing to do with, at the moment, Batman, not yet, but maybe. It's got nothing to do with that case. It's got nothing to do with Curtis. Curtis has never even been in this channel before. So why are you bringing up this? And number two is, all I'm going to say on that is, I haven't seen it. It's okay, the copper saying, you've got this. Where is it? Show it me. But anyway, we want to continue. David Wellings, Jayne, says there was one. I didn't say you was pretending. Now you're getting on my tits. I said, are you the other Ben Jones? You're not, obviously, because I checked your account and you were only made in January. We've got a normal Ben Jones who comes in. I was checking.
I don't know. Maybe he needs to cool his heels for 5 minutes.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, just stop talking about that now, okay? You will be put in the naughty corner for getting on my tits.
Yeah, David Wellings, yes, with 1,049. Wow. Yeah, I'd heard that there were 1,000 derailments last year, but it's up in this past quarter of this year.
Oh, hello, Pamela, sweetheart. Sorry, Pamela came in. Sorry, Jayne.
No.
Hello, love. Yes, thank you, Sarah, darling. Look, he's on notice, okay? Sorry, Jayne.
No, Blackjack, yeah, I did see. There is over 1,000 derailments in the United States.
Steve's cracking me up. Look, we have a thick file on you, Benjamin. He's cheeky.
That's why your laptop is hosing up, Penny.
Yeah, exactly.
If that file on Ben Jones that you have.
File on Ben Jones has messed my laptop up. Will the real Ben Jones please? Now what we need now is the real. Oh, was it you, Mima? Was it you that just sent that donation? Oh, no, I'm not giving your real name. Oh, well, it was you. Thank you, darling. It's Brummy. Are you a Brummy as well, Steve? Are you? I didn't know that. Me and Steve have argued a few times. Well, we've got the same humour. We used to argue because we have different things. Apparently, Jayne. Okay, I'm going to show Jayne the cloud. Okay, not Jayne, Kate. Look, you're all confusing me now. Look, stop playing me up. Listen, you lot, behave. Right, let me get the cloud back up, and then I need to show Jayne that because it's very important. Okay, this is a new rabbit hole. I'm a Brummie adopted from Wolverhampton. Why was Go Along Get Along timed out? What? Oh, for God's sake, hold on a minute. No,
they're winding you up, Penny.
Friend. Kate's timed out. Go Along Get Along, and I don't know why. Kate, have you sat on your phone again, love? Let me just hide him and unhide him. Hold on.
Good grief.
Can't get stuff these days, Jayne, you know.
Yeah. I'm glad I'm not in chat. I'd be busy.
Poor Jayne would get the blame.
Yes, I would.
He asked for it. What did he do? He didn't do anything, did he?
If I didn't get the blame, I get the fix.
Oh, he asked her to. He said, test out your supermod on me. Time me out for 5 minutes, see if it works. Oh, for fuck's sake, Kate, it worked, love. I thought Kate had sat on her phone again. I'm a Brummie adopted from your Wolverhampton, says God Struggler. I'm sorry. Let me just sort this out. Kate, it worked. We're all blimey, you lot have got me on my bloody toes. Okay, I'm going to show Kate. I thought Kate had sat on her phone. I've done that loads of times.
You did not. Band again said he accidentally blocked me. He's joking.
They're all honestly, they're very naughty tonight, aren't they, Jayne?
They are. They're trying to make you confused, and you're tired, and so you're easily confused, and they're using that to their advantage.
Listen here, you lot naughties, and you, Ben Jones. We've got a fart. Well, unsub, very unwelcome. Look at him. He's having a look. Listen, Ben Jones. Right, I know you're upset about this foal we've got on you. we're watching you right now. We're outside your house. It's not our Ben Jones, is it?
He says he's going to unsub because he's not. He's
no.
very unwelcome, but I bet he
I'm
won't.
really upset by that. I'm devastated. We're not in an airport terminal. You don't need to announce your departure. Okay, so we are. Okay, this is the cloud. Now listen here, you lot. Right, I was asleep. I went to sleep at 7 o'clock. No, 6:30. We're not running preschool tonight. I went to sleep at 6:30 p.m. with my little one, and I could have stayed asleep and got some nice. I needed it, and Al came in with a cuppa at 10 to 9, hanging knickers on the line, and that I don't know if you have that in America. It's like a little saying from when we were kids. 10 to 9, 10 to 9, hang your knickers on the line. When they're dry, bring them in, put them in the biscuit tin. That was just the thing that we sung when you was kids. I don't know why, I don't know what it means.
I don't know.
Poor
It's cute.
Jayne has just been.
I've been educated.
Yeah, Jayne's been educated. This is your cloud. This is from space. But basically, I came in and he was like, "It's time. Your stream is in 10 minutes." I'm like, and I wanted to say, I'm going back to fuck this, and I didn't. Look, I got up for you lot. So this is dedication. This is real dedication.
Right.
Yeah.
And you think of all the grief you're giving Penny. She doesn't deserve that.
I don't deserve
She's here
it.
for
Especially not Ben
you.
Jones.
Yeah, especially Ben Jones.
He's in subbing now as well, so we're gonna have to keep an eye on that one. Can we send somebody over to his house? Just because we've got this big file on him, it's freezing at my laptop. Okay, so this is oh god, this is the cloud. This is for the lovely Kate. This is from space, love. Okay, moist crumbs. Jayne wasn't here when the moist started. You know the way most women hate the word moist. They get offended by it.
Yes.
Well, my sick humour, because it is pretty. My sense of humour can be pretty dark at times. To wind people up, I kept saying the word moist because it was upsetting some people. So we had this hashtag moist going, and every time I came out the shower and I would stream, I'd say my hair's a bit moist and I'm a bit damp. And it really seemed to like really roll some of the lefties up. So I actually had some T-shirts printed with hashtag moist on them as a joke. I even bought one from my own shop. So when someone's just mentioned moist, it's just reminded me. It was a thing we had going for a couple of years ago, Jayne. We are, moisture damp. We just it's a bit of a joke, you know. Some people, we've all gone bonkers. I know.
No, that's odd you say that. My niece can't stand that word. It drives her insane. And so every time I wanted to get it to her, I'd always say, "Oh, can you bring me over that rag or something and get it moist?" she would go up the wall. And the other word is juicy.
Yes, juicy.
Juicy.
Men hate moist as well. And what do you mean, you lot, Freezy Speech? You're the main instigator in this. Behave you. You're the troublemaker. You've all gone bonkers tonight. Okay, so for Kate now, Kate, this is the Ohio train derailment we're not hearing about is like the Chernobyl of the USA. I know you've missed a lot of tonight, but this has killed 47,000 animals. It's caused what is mustard gas, and people are breathing this in. And Jayne is our roving reporter in Ohio. She's 150 miles away. She was going to go right down, but we didn't have the hazmat suit ready for her, so she had to stay at home. But this is actually this is happening. It looks like a graphene cloud. It does.
Yeah.
Now, the rabbit hole that I'm going to go down, I'm going to start it now. So hold on. Now my voice is going. This is Ben Jones's fault. Can we add that to the file, please, Ben Jones?
Yeah, put that in the file, Penny.
Troublemaker, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the real Ben Jones might end up walking in now. Who knows? Because there is a Ben Jones who's been here for a while, but excuse me. Okay, hang on a minute. What's Ray Clay saying? Oh my goodness, Ray Clay is only 70 miles away.
Where in Ohio, can I ask, Ray Clay?
He did tell me earlier.
Because I'm in Columbus.
Jayne's in. Yeah, it's all Jayne's fault. She's the oldest. Is she? I don't think she is.
Oh, Kate, yeah, yuck, juicy
Don't
moist.
upset Jayne. Louise has just offended you now, Jayne.
Oh, really? I've missed that. Where's that?
We'll just pretend that I didn't read that out. She says you're the oldest. It's all your fault.
Oh, that's
I don't
right.
know who the oldest is actually. No, nor me.
Right.
North of Akron. Do you know where that is?
Akron.
Akron.
Akron, Ohio.
Akron, Ohio.
Do you know where Lodi, Ohio is, Ray Clay? Because that's where I was born and raised, was in Lodi.
Can you do me a favour, Louise? Because Jayne's with me up here. If you can drop that link again, Ray Clay. Louise, could you send it to my email, please? You know, the one that's attached to my Accrington Stanley. Who are they? I don't know, Rocky B. Sorry, carry on, Jayne. They're all throwing me again, asking about Curtis, and I don't know.
Oh, now hold on. Now, Free Speech is saying they're 150 miles away. How big is Ohio? Well, I'm in Columbus, and I measured it. That's 150 miles from East Palestine, at least as far as Google's concerned. I'm sorry you were so sick for 3 weeks and you didn't even know. See, now I live in a place where I didn't open my windows, so I didn't have a problem with that. And it was when I went outside.
So what?
Captain Kirk will be born in Ohio in about 200 years. You're great.
I thought Kate had sat on her phone. I did. That's what I thought. I knew Kate wouldn't do that unless there was I didn't see the comment. You see, I thought Kate sat on her phone. I've just given a supermod status, and she's already abusing her power with her. But that's what I thought had happened. But apparently he asked for it. So they're a bit kinky tonight. They're a bit sadist in the chat. They're asking for it.
Something else for the Ben Jones file.
Yes, we'll blame Ben Jones for
well,
that.
He's commenting again.
Oh, is he? Is he back?
He's back. Yeah.
Why can't I see him? Where? Oh yeah.
There he is.
That's not showing on my phone. That.
How odd.
Just change it to all. Here we go. Can always guarantee that the people who bang on about free speech the most are always the quickest. Excuse me, have I banned you? No. Have you been timed out? No. We're having a bit of fun, Ben Jones. You came in talking about a sexual something order, nothing to do with me, when we're talking about Ohio, and we still haven't timed you out. Having a bit of fun with you. Just chill out, man. Cool your jets. Go and get yourself a nice cup of tea, or boil yourself a stiff one, and just chill out. Gary the dinghy diver's here. Gary, it's snowing in Nottingham. Oh, I am sitting on my phone, says Kate. Well, Kate, we don't need to know everything you're up to, love. Ben's a lefty.
Do you have it on vibrate when it rings?
I bet she does. Kate,
yeah. Yeah.
Kate's one of them women that sits on the washing machine. So anyway, it's all Ben's fault. Yeah, we've got a file on you, Ben. We're watching you. Snowing in Brum. I wonder if it's snowing where I am. Should I go and look out the window? Hang on. I'll be back.
3 inches deep.
Talk about this because
Ray Clay, you still didn't answer, or I didn't see. Do you know where Lodi, Ohio is? I'm wondering if you're in Akron, you might. It would be south of Medina. If you've ever traveled 71 that way, you probably have seen Lodi. Anyway, that's where I was born and raised.
We've not even got a bloody any clouds. There's no clouds clear here. It's freezing.
Is it really? It's chilly here too. Though yesterday it was really warm. It was almost spring.
We've got a polar vortex apparently here at the moment.
Oh, I thought I heard something about that. Yeah.
They've been threatening this polar vortex since Christmas, and now they're saying it's finally here. Well, apparently it's only 0, so that means it's gonna snow apparently. And today. What day is it? Oh, it's still on. Okay. Thank you for that link, Louise. Yeah, so apparently it's gonna snow. Don't know what time.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Medina. Yeah.
Medina. Penny, I've sent it you. Thank you, Louise, darling. Thank you, darling. Full moon. Is it? I don't think so. Right, okay. So now definitely snowing in Brum. Now look at this. Okay, now this is freaking me out. So I'm bobbing on. I've got a bit of time before I go to sleep. You watch. I'll go to sleep and Jack will wake up. Watch. He went to sleep very early. Oh, Scooby-Doo's snoring. Okay, so this happened. Now, this was not on the mainstream media that I know of. Ray Clay, you're in Ohio. Have you heard about this? 5 die. My voice is going. It's Ben Jones. Ben Jones. Look what you've caused. 5 die in small airplane crash. Can just say as well, if our Ben Jones is watching the replay, we're not on about you. We're not stalking you. Don't worry. We're not outside your house. We're outside the other Ben Jones's house. 5 die in small airplane crash in Little Rock. Now, does anyone know how far? We'll have a look in a minute where Little Rock is. Now, the reason why this is interesting is I'm going to show you, and I'm going to do a deeper dive into these companies. I've already started it. So 5 employees of an environmental consulting firm died when a small airplane they were traveling in crashed outside an industrial area of Little Rock on Wednesday. It was a plane, not a helicopter, right the first time, shortly after the plane took off. So 5 employees of this chemical company. No coincidence. Ray Clay, have you heard about it? Yeah, he has. Okay, so it reads on. The twin engine, the twin engine plane crashed a couple of miles south of the Bill and Hillary Clinton National Airport. Pulaski County Sheriff's Office spokesman Lieutenant Cody Burke said the federal
Is this in Ohio?
You what? Sorry, hon.
Is this in Ohio?
Yeah, this is in Ohio. Do you know where the Bill and Hillary Clinton Airport is?
No, and you said, what's the name of the county?
Little Rock.
No. You said some kind of county, Polinsky or something?
Oh, Pulaski County Sheriff's Office.
How do you spell that?
Ray Clay knows about it. I'll get it up on the map. Hang on a minute. Let me.
Yeah, how do you spell the county name?
It's Pulaski. So I'm gonna.
There's no county of that name in Ohio.
It says here. Hang on a minute.
Dang.
Right. The aeroplane departed Little Rock Airport and was headed to John Glenn Columbus International Airport in Columbus, Ohio. So it was on its way.
It's coming from Little Rock, Arkansas.
Right. Okay. And it was on its way to Ohio.
Yeah. That makes sense now.
Okay. Yeah. Burke. Who's Burke? Oh, Burke is the county sheriff. So where it was on its way there. So where's Little Rock? Where did it crash? It did not immediately release the names or ages of the people on the plane. The FFA said, and the National Transport Safety Board will investigate. Okay, and then it goes down. It says here, an environmental consulting firm, the CTEH, an environmental consulting firm based in North Little Rock, said the 5 people on board the plane, including the pilot, were its employees. So they worked for an environmental consulting firm and they were on their way to Columbus Airport, right? A company spokesman said the employees were responding to an explosion at an Ohio metals plant this week that killed 1 worker and sent more than a dozen to hospital. So if you click on that there, so this aeroplane were on their way, environmental consulting firm, so they were going to investigate the explosion at this plant, and they just so happened to die, all of them, including the pilot. What were they going to? I think they were bumped off. They were going to investigate this plant. And what we need to do, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to do a part 2, and I'm going to investigate the environmental firm who are on the way to investigate, and I'm going to be having a look into. I've already started looking into this company.
Well, I want to know, what was the chemical company and where are they located in Ohio?
That's what I was looking at today. They're a steel company, I think. They make steel. Okay, so Oakwood Village, Ohio. Do you know where that is, Jayne?
No.
So this is the explosion. A maintenance worker was killed in an explosion at an Ohio metals plant that sparked a large fire and sent more than a dozen people to hospital, with at least 2 in critical condition. Emergency crews were called to Schumann and Co. Copper Alloy Company in the Cleveland suburb of Oakwood Village.
Okay, I was going to say, if it's steel producing, it would probably be up and around the lake, which would be around Cleveland. Yeah.
Is that
Because
northwest
that's where,
Ohio?
well, yeah. Well, Cleveland is almost directly north of Columbus on the Lake Erie. But that's all the steel producing is up in that region, or at least it used to be. Many of it's been closed down.
Right, okay. I keep getting this bloody scammer emailing me, telling me that they've found a long lost relative in Canada, and he's a solicitor, and if I get in touch with him now, he's going to get me a cut of this money, and it's obviously a scammer.
Yeah.
It's so obvious. He's like, contact me. He's going to, it's going to be, if you send me this much, I'll get you. It's piss off. Anyway, I've already blocked him once. Okay, so hello. Yeah, it's a scam. Okay, so this company was called Schumann. I don't know how to say that unless it's American. Schumann.
How do you spell it?
Schumann. Schumann. Okay, there you
Schumann.
go.
Yeah, Schumann. Yeah.
The blast shook the ground and shattered debris for a couple of 100 yards, damaging several vehicles, while smoke billowed into the sky in a cloud visible for miles. Stephen Mullings of North Ridgeville, who had been with the company for nearly 30 years, was killed in the explosion. According to the Cuyahoga County Medical Officer.
Cuyahoga, that's one of the names I went to.
Is that one of the names? I was going to say, is that?
Yeah, Cuyahoga.
Cuyahoga. 13 others. We're gonna have to do a stream on that. Mostly for burns and related injuries. The cause of the explosion remained under investigation, but officials said the explosion likely happened in the building's foundry where molten metals are held in kettles. The State Fire Marshal's office, which is leading the probe, said Tuesday the blast did not appear to be the result of a criminal act. They know that already, apparently. Did not appear to be. They don't know this, okay? So this guy has died, and so when was this? Was it a few days later? This happened on the 22nd of February. And then when did this plane crash happen?
Those guys probably were coming up to investigate to make sure it wasn't criminal.
These people were coming to investigate this, an environmental company. So what my next job is going to be is having a look at.
That's odd, but that's odd.
It's all in Ohio.
It's odd to send what I'm saying, it's odd to send an environmental to go look at that when it should be looked at as whether or not it's a criminal activity or it isn't. But, why are they looking at it environmentally?
I don't know. What I need to do is look into that company, that environmental company, and find out a little bit more about them. Thank you, Louise, darling. And find out a little bit more about them.
Interesting.
Because I think there's more to this, and there's a Reddit thread somewhere, and let me just see if I can find it.
Gary the dinghy diver, I just love your comments.
Basically, someone farted so hard and blew the plane out the sky. Hello, made in Wales, darling. Hello, love. I can just say thank you to Mickey as well, Mickey Taylor, who sent a £10 donation to the laptop fund as well. So just want to say thank you, and also to, I think it was Mima. I think it was. Thank you, Mima, love. So it should be back. Me thingy bob should be back on my other channel. I think anyway. Let's see. Okay, we just see if I've heard from Curtis.
Well, while you're looking that up, there is only one other.
Curtis.
Oh yeah, one other thing I wanted to mention is that just today there was another train derailment.
And this one, Jane, can I just nip to the loo?
Sure. I'll tell everybody about the new train derailment. Yippee!
Okay, I'll be back.
Okay. It was in West Virginia. It just happened today. Again, it's really mountainous in the area, and West Virginia is kind of like a little corner of it is nuzzled there right at Ohio and Pennsylvania where it meets. But anyway, this train derailed and it's carrying oil and toxins. And guess what? It's flowing into the water supply. So now we have contaminated water in West Virginia. Now, I don't know exactly specifically where in West Virginia this has happened, but again, it's polluting the water. It's going to be polluting the soil also. Supposedly, they're saying it's oil. It's not a toxin like the toxins that were released in East Palestine, but it still will obviously taint the water system. So I don't know why this is happening all the time. Don't laugh too much. You know what will happen. Oh, stop it. That's right. Get a distiller. You're silly. All of you. So we're going to go back to the spit or swallow here in a second if you don't behave yourselves. Oh, for goodness sake. So what, everybody, you're talking about straight train tracks? No, there's no straight train tracks, especially in West Virginia. It's very mountainous there, much more mountainous than it is in Ohio or even parts of Pennsylvania where this happened at East Palestine, because you're really getting into the Appalachian Mountains at that point. What happened to my phone here? It just went funky. Oh, BCTV is going off to bed. You have a nice evening. I know Penny would tell you, have a nice evening, hon. Oh, am I boring everybody? Moonshine. Yeah, they do a lot of moonshine in there. Everything is to blame on Putin. That's right. It's always a good fallback, Rebecca. If it's anybody's fault, it's Putin's fault. Told you they were poisoning the water on purpose. Go along, get along says. It seems odd. I'll tell you that. It really seems odd. Something needs to be done. Oh, excuse me. I've got a cough. What they're also, we haven't, touched on, but the trucking accidents here in the United States are just off the charts. And if they aren't moving the toxic and those kind of chemicals by rail, they're moving it by truck. And there's a truck accident all the time. It's crazy. Okay, what are we doing? What's a 1? Well, oh, it's for me. Oh, thank you, Penny. Thank you, everyone. Oh, you guys are too sweet. I feel like I'm boring you. I don't want to make it a lecture or anything. I want to make it fun. I just wanted to give you all some of the information that's out there so that you would know a little bit more about it. It's horrible. In my opinion, they need to just buy up that land too. Thank you, Coco. They need to just buy buy up that land. And, you know, unfortunately, I think people should have to vacate that area because it's going to be for a century or more. The land itself is going to be poisoned. It's terrible. Yeah. Penny, you get back in here. You're causing problems. Thank you, though. You're also sweet. I really appreciate it. Yeah, we all need to do. Yes, the 2 is for Penny because we love her so much. 3, carry the dinghy diver. I dread what a 2 is. Penny, you're too silly. Chaos is off the chart the last 3 years. It's crazy the stuff that's going on. It really, truly is. I don't think they care a hoot whether they poison us or not. We're just collateral damage as far as they're concerned. How much of land in the area did Bill Gates buy? Probably not any of that land. I'll lay odds on that one, Cosmic. Yeah, he didn't buy any of that. Excuse me. Oh, Penny's going for number 2. Penny. Yeah, never underestimate what the government will do to you. This is so true. And they've used us before. Do I leak when I cough as well? Isn't that a little personal? Do you leak, Alan Edge, when you cough? Oh, for goodness sakes. Oh, good night, Kate. You have a pleasant evening. They're all misbehaving in here now, Penny.
I'm back. They're very naughty. What's that? Underbelly posted a couple of days ago. I don't think he did. I had a look today. Underbelly is not very well again, guys. Good night, Kate, love. Good night, Trisha, darling. Good night, beautiful Kate. Love you both. Good night. Yeah, Underbelly's poorly. I'm glad we make you laugh, Funky 82. Did you find me? Let me know how you found me again. Did you find me through Curtis? If I know who you, if you're a regular, I'll give you a wrench. I do give most people wrenches as long as. Johnny Knock Powell. Yes, Curtis has been arrested. He's now been released. He's just messaged me. Oh, it's Trisha Shaw. Let me give you one as well. That sounded so wrong. Jayne. And I need to tell you something. Yeah, Underbelly is on the mend. He is on the mend. I don't think he's posted though. I've had a look at his channel. I don't know how much I can say, but hello, Miss J, darling. He has been arrested and he is out now. Okay. I don't know how much I can say because he's just messaged me. When I went for a wee, I checked my messages and he wants me to call him after.
Oh, Curtis does?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, it doesn't look very good. Apparently he's been violated. I don't know what that means. I don't know.
Oh, well, could go a lot of places with that. Literally and figuratively.
Do you remember when Alex Belfield got violated? They said they stuck a finger up his bum. Do you remember that, guys? Alex Belfield. He wasn't around then when he was going, but Alex Belfield said he got violated. Yeah, apparently he's out. I know we knew he was out because of he undone that thing. Rocky B, where did you find me from, Rocky? Did you find me from the other channel from Curtis, or are you a subscriber? If you're a regular, I will give you a wrench. It means you can drop links and you can get rid of trolls. But it is, you know, I like people to at least come in a few times. I've just given. Who have I just given one to? Miss J, if you only knew, you've got one. You've been a few times. Yeah, Underbelly too much herb. Who knows? On suspicion of malicious communication and perverting the course of justice. Yes, he has been arrested, but he is free now. But he doesn't. Yeah, it's all right, Miss J. It's all right, darling. Thanks for coming over. I don't know. I don't know yet. That's all I know is that he's out. I don't know who went to the funeral. Barbara Woodhouse. So that's all we know at the moment. I think we're going to do a part 2 on this because I'm going to go deep diving, guys. There's nothing like a bunny down a rabbit hole. Now, I
I think
want to
I
know.
might look at some extra stuff too now that you
I
mention
think,
it.
Jane, I think there's more to this.
It
I
could
thought
be.
so, funky. Carry on, Jane. Sorry, love.
No, it could be, Penny. You might be right. It's or it could just be coincidental. I don't know. If you look at the helicopter crash, I'd really want to look into this company because I want to know why they need environmental people to come to do an assessment because that doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Well, it says here, just going down this article a little bit more, it says, hang on a minute, sorry, it carries on, it says, this environmental firm was called CTEH, and it says, we are incredibly saddened, so they had a statement, we are incredibly saddened to report the loss of our Little Rock colleagues. Paul Nonny, Senior Vice President of CTH, said in a statement, we ask everyone to keep the families of those lost and the entire CTH team in their thoughts. The crash occurred as a line of thunderstorms. Now, we know they can control the weather. Oh, thank you, Rocky B. I appreciate you. The crash occurred as a line of thunderstorms that the National Weather Service said included wind gusts of, excuse me, 40 miles an hour, which isn't horrendously bad. We've seen worse. Moved through the Little Rock area. Burke said it would be up to investigators to determine whether weather was a factor. Nearby residents say they saw an intense fire from the crash. Dennis Gordon of the Arkansas Democratic Gazette. Some of these words I just can't say unless it's American. Do you know what it is though? It's because some of these words we hear them on movies and on TV in the UK.
But
So
like Arkansas,
I've never heard Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Arkansas Democrat Gazette. I've never heard Arkansas from a UK person, so I can only say it in American. He was standing. Hang on a minute. Dennis Gordon, who was obviously a witness, told the Arkansas Democrat Gazette he was standing on a street nearby the crash. This sounds fake. When he heard the wind pick up, and then an explosion. Gordon told the paper that several smaller explosions followed and then a huge fire. It was just red and then it started turning black and there this burnt smell. Well, that's what happens with fires, I'm afraid. That sounds a little bit suspicious to me. This perfectly placed witness just so happens to be standing on a street nearby and then he just so happened to hear the wind and then it crashed. I'm sorry, guys, but there's look, who were this company? And as what's happened, this was the 22nd of Feb. It's been a couple of weeks. So what is the latest on this crash? Now, if that's where the crash happened, there's the airport there, look. Yeah, it happened at the airport. Now, let's have a quick gander. So I'm just going to have a quick look where this airport is. So
well, that's even more odd because these airports are always monitoring wind gusts and they also get information in from pilots that are landing so that they can let other pilots know about it. It just seems odd.
This is I think if the thing is we've going down the hello Mouse Nation, there you are. Let me just add you as a what's it mod, hang on.
Oh, thank you, Alan Edge. I appreciate that.
Yeah, Jane has to. Hunter, yes, Sky News are talking about Curtis.
Ooh.
Apparently. It's all over the news.
Of course it would be. Yeah.
Bill and what's the name? Hillary. Eckstein Island, Hillary.
Well, see, because Bill Clinton is from Arkansas. So when you were saying Bill and Hillary Clinton, I can't even say it myself, airport, that makes sense. And John Glenn, because he was the astronaut. And he used to be a senator. He then became a senator in our state. And our airport is named after him. Yeah.
So
he lived in Columbus at the end of his life.
So I'm just having a quick look now. So I'm on the map. Hang on a minute.
I'm full of useless information.
No, you're not. You're full of amazing information. I don't know what I'd do without you. Oh yeah, can Jayne do a Gary voice? Got it? Got it?
No, I can't.
No. Okay,
Gary, I can't. Gary, I don't know.
Gary. The thing is, it's an Only Fools and Horses episode, and Gary actually says, "Gary, Gary," and people get offended, saying, "Oh, Penny's a racist." People, honestly, the lefties, and to be honest with you, it's everyone now. Anyone who's right of communism, and even who people, Jayne knows what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Who people who aren't lefties are using the racist thing as a way of trying to attack, even though they know that that's bollocks.
Right.
They're not lefties. The people that I'm talking about aren't lefties. They just say it because it suits their narrative. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's all about a narrative.
I'm gonna try.
The gang stalkers. Sorry.
What is it, Gary? Gary? How do you do that?
Gary.
Gary.
Got
I'm
it.
trying.
Got it.
I'm trying.
It's difficult. It's not hard. Yeah. Basically, Underbelly said he's not been very well. Yeah, but what gets me, can me and Jayne get a 69 while we're live? What gets me is that the people that are saying this about me, they're not lefties. They just don't like me. And when you get someone that just doesn't like you, they'll do anything they can to suit their narrative. And these people are actively gang stalking now. Like me and Jayne have witnessed it over the last couple of weeks. If one person, right, let's just a quick example. If someone they don't like falls out with someone, this is what my stalker does. If someone falls out with someone, they all join in with that other person and join a big gang. And that's what my stalker's been doing. Same tactics, 5 years now. One person falls out with someone and they dive in and join in and gas that person up. Does that make any sense? You know what I mean, don't you, Jayne?
I know what you mean. It's difficult to explain if you haven't witnessed it. Because it doesn't seem like it could possibly be real that people would actually even do such things. But there's some very ill people out there. They really are.
It's a tactic that my stalker's always used. So when if me and someone have a little falling out, like let's say me and Jayne had a falling out now, right? Me and Jayne said, "I don't like you anymore, Penny," and I went, "I don't like you either." Let's just say that happened, which it won't. I'm here.
But we'd be going after each other, or one of us, and then it's like, well, I know who Penny's enemies are. People that don't, her trolls. I know who her trolls are. So I'm going to go and make friends with them so they can gang up with me to say horrible things about Penny on all their streams.
But what would happen is my stalker would come into Jayne and she would say, "It's okay, Jayne. I know Penny's horrible. I'm here for you, Jayne. Come to us, Jayne." And then Jayne would probably be like, Jayne would feel like, well, me and Penny have fallen out. I'm a grown up and I just want to leave it now. But they'd gas Jayne up. I'm just giving an example. Gas them up. And
it's like, well, I know Penny's this way because I heard she did this and that to so-and-so. Has she ever done anything like that to you? Oh, she thinks things like that. You got to be careful about her.
That's exactly what they do. And it's classic.
It is.
It's dogpiling, but people don't realise that it happens, and it really does.
It is juvenile. I agree, Sid. It's almost like you're in, like you're 12, 14 years old. It's so dumb.
And if you call it out, It's all right for people just saying, "Oh, just ignore them." But when it's happening to you, it's like at school. When your kid's being bullied at school, and it's like, well, I don't know because my kid's homeschooled, but it's like just ignore them. Well, you're not suffering it, and it can be, unless you've suffered it. It's really bad, especially when they've doxed you and they're threatening to call the police and they're ringing child services and they're completely
Or
obsessed.
they even threaten you with your life.
Yeah, I've been threatened to be put in a wood chipper. I've had someone to graffiti my address all over their car and live stream it and tell people to come and kill me. It's insane.
It is,
But anyway,
yeah. And well, real quick, and most of these people, if it was in real life and they saw you face to face, they wouldn't act that way towards you. But something about being on the internet makes them feel empowered. It's horrible. And they wouldn't say this to a person in real life.
Of course they wouldn't, because they're cowards. Yeah, I've got a video. I'll make it public on my other channel. Okay, so basically, just to quickly show this before we end it, because I think I've been on 2 hours now, and I am really tired. Yeah, I've been on over 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, if you come back, Rocky, I'll give you a spanner, mate, or a wrench, or whatever you want to call it, wherever you're from in the world. So here is the airport, which is Little Rock, which is near Memphis, Mississippi. We're going down further south now, and then we have Ohio up here. So I'm going to pull out again Jayne's favourite words. So there's Jayne. Jayne's up here, and then we're around here, aren't we? I think
You said that something about pulling out the Vicker set or something the other day. I lost it.
Yes, the said the vicar to the barmaid. Yeah.
Yeah, I lost it.
Did you?
I was in chat. Thank goodness I was in chat.
Otherwise, you would have needed a pad like Dana does. When Dana laughs so much, she needs a pad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she leaks. She laughs too much. So East Palestine is up here somewhere, along here. We could see it before. Let me just zoom in.
Yeah, it's right there on the border of East Ohio and Pennsylvania. There you go. Now, see, Cleveland is right up north.
Yeah, so there's Cleveland. So if we keep an eye on that there, okay, so just keep an eye on that as I pull out what Jayne likes. And we're down here somewhere. Has it gone? The pin on the airport's gone again now.
Yeah, figures.
Trying to find it. Now, we don't want to see a picture of it. We just want to see. Here we go.
Well, what a lovely airport. I'd love to visit someday. No.
Why isn't it showing us? Oh, hang on. Here we go.
I don't know. All I see is the insides of an airport. And there isn't any people there. That's weird.
Name them. It's called Bill and
Hillary. That's such a hard name to say.
Hillary and Billary. There we go. Pine Bluff. There's some really funny names, isn't there?
Yeah.
So we're quite a way away. So they sent these people from this company over they crashed. They set off from the airport. Hang on, they didn't set off from that airport either, Jayne. They didn't even set off from that airport. That's the bizarre thing. Oh, yeah, and let me just get this back up again.
Where were they coming from then?
It did say, hang on. Wrong one. Right, I'm missing some chat again, so because I'm just in another page.
Have I been to Graceland? No, I haven't, but I would like to go to Graceland one day.
Is that Elvis's home?
Oh, you got me mixed up with Dana's. Yeah, that's Elvis's home.
Oh no, Dana's in North Carolina, I think it is.
Oh.
No, not Carolina, California. They both begin with C. Get mixed up. They're both Carols, sort of California. Both begin with K. Okay.
Opposite sides of the coast, or the country.
Is Carolina by the coast? Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, on the East Coast.
Okay, yeah. Hang on a minute. It travelled. Shortly after the plane took off. So it took off in Little Rock. Yeah, so it took off. Why would the airport let them take off if there was wind? that was
But
going to
did
be
you say
coming.
plane or helicopter? I thought you said plane there.
It was a plane, yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't a helicopter, it was a small
No,
plane.
I said plane, then I thought it was a helicopter, and then I said, oh, it's actually a plane again.
Well, that would make more sense because it's such a long distance. It would make sense that it was a small plane versus a helicopter. It didn't make much sense.
Yeah, no, it's a small plane. Shirley, it must have been a short then, darling, because I had a quick look at his channel today and there was no videos and no community posts, so it must have been a short, darling, because I didn't see it. I need to speak to Underbelly about that as well, because he posts shorts from other websites. You can't do that. You've got to amend them. He'll lose his monetization, so I need to speak to him. So it set off and then immediately crashed.
Wow. Yeah, Gary Carry the dinghy guy diver. I can say that. Land Fairlow Wagon Wigan Gork. There, I said it.
I didn't even. CTH. Ah, where is it, Little Rock? Do you know what the trolls are saying as well, Jayne?
What's that?
They are really struggling. That I invented Dinghy Diver. I did not invent Dinghy Diver. Alex Belfield invented Dinghy Diver. And it's something we've all said ever since. It's just tickled all of us. So they really are struggling with this, Jayne, because they're now saying that it's a derogatory term. They do jump out the dinghies and splash about. And are they going to call our Prime Minister racist? Because our Prime Minister today has vowed to stop the boats. Our Prime Minister, who's of Indian descent, by the way, has vowed it's not about race, it's about our country's full, beyond full. Our Prime Minister's vowed to stop the boats, Jayne. So big up our Prime Minister. I'm in Ohio. Hello, darling. How you doing? Let me give you a ring. I thought you had one. You mustn't have been back for a while, that's all. Yeah, that's Starlight. You've changed your name. I'm in Ohio. My husband and I both have flu symptoms. I don't live near Palestine. How far away, sweetheart?
Oh, no, that's
Okay,
PA.
I'm coming off now anyway, darling. I'm really, really tired.
Yeah, it's not Palestine. She doesn't live near Pennsylvania. PA is the abbreviation for Pennsylvania.
But how far away are you from?
Yeah, where in Ohio are you, hon?
You don't have to tell us where you are, just how far away you might want to say.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
You do have to reach out. I don't know, but she's a truther, you see, so she's got to be careful because a lot of these truthers, well, it's too late for me, but they will come after you.
Yeah, understand.
So she might not want to say. She might say, but I don't
That's true. Yeah.
Hello, Rebel Music. 20 years too late to stop the boats. Oh, I know, but you know, Alex Belfield stole the phrase from Active Patriot, and it's like, well, there you go, then Active Patriot. So Active Patriot is the one. So they call me that anyway. Wherever they are, they come on the dinghies and they dive. Okay, so this is interesting. This CTH stands for Toxicology Consulting and Environmental Health. Why were they on their way? This is going to be a part 2. Who's interested in going down the rabbit hole with me?
I am, because it makes no sense to me.
It doesn't. And listen to this. The owner of CTH is a company called Montrose. They bought them out in 2020. An Arkansas-based scientific consulting firm that specializes in emergency preparedness, response and recovery. Why do I feel like these are involved? Something to do with the plague. I've got a feeling that this, what if they staged the accident on purpose? They don't care they've killed off an employee that's been there for 30 years. What if they caused the accident and the guy who died, collateral damage, that's how they see it. He's been there since he was 16, that guy. He was 46 and he died in the explosion. He'd been there since he was 16 and he got blew up at work. His family will get a huge payout. These companies don't care, it's collateral damage. What if they cause the accident to make this company and say, we need you to bump the 5 people off? Because what if
Oh, I'm following what you're saying.
What if,
Okay.
I'm just saying, I'm not saying that this is what's happened. I'm just looking at
a possibility. Yeah.
scenarios, because we need to know who this company are and what they're doing. Now, response preparedness and recovery. What were they involved in Event 101? That was our mate built Mr. Masturbates. He did an Event 101 in, it was September 2019. I don't know whether Jayne's aware.
Yeah,
In New
I'm
York,
aware. I'm
they
aware.
planned it all to say, "Oh look, what
I told you I have a half a tin hat.
Well, Jayne does have half a tin can, and she's on her way to a full tin can. Now, people may coming over from Penny Bunny and saying, "You bar me." Well, okay, that's fine. But this channel, we go apart from the Nicola Bully case, where I've really gone into some rabbit holes. This channel, 80 miles away, says Katrina. Oh gosh,
You're
so you're
closer.
not that far from Ray, who was 70 miles away.
Yeah.
So apparently, they bought out this CTH in April 2020. That was a funny time to buy them out, during the pandemic had just started. Yeah, listen to this. In recent years, the devastating and increasing impacts of natural disasters and aging infrastructure. Were these investigating the Ohio derailment? And they needed to bump these 5 off. Well, one of them was the pilot. So they staged this thing. I don't know. I'm going to do a deeper dive. What day is it now? Wednesday. So I don't know what day I'm going to be doing this, but I'm on it. I'm going to do it. Sorry, Jayne, carry on.
Well, no, remember, because I said there's companies and there's universities that want to go in and do testing there, the environment, and they shut them out. They won't let them in. That's why they're in the state parks, because they can get in there, but they can't get into East Palestine.
But they don't mind sending.
So maybe this company wanted to come in. Maybe they went in clandestinely.
Right, there's a video here. Yeah, I've got. Do you know what? There's so many. I've got the video, Ray Clay. I'm going to play it before we go. Have no fear, the bunny is on it. Exactly. Now, tomorrow night we're going to be looking at. It's all over MSN. Tomorrow night we're going to be looking at some more clues. So we're going to be having a look at that. Unless they tell us we're not allowed to, because if Curtis has been arrested now, they might be coming down hard on people like me. I don't know. We'll see.
It's too bad I don't have a channel, because I could talk about it, because I'm not over there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But there's other channels talking about it that are much bigger than me in the UK, and until they get told off, they're bigger than me. I did a quick video on a reporter they arrested. I think if we put as much effort into this as we do the Nicola Bully case.
Did you, Katrina? Yeah, I think I mentioned that when we talked about the Ohio stream before, that there was a town hall meeting and a reporter was asking DeWine, the governor, questions, and DeWine didn't like it and they arrested him.
Wow.
The reporter.
Right, we're going to watch
put him in
this.
handcuffs and took him out.
Really?
Yeah. Said he was disrupting the place.
And do we? That just got that our governor is as well. That just goes to show night sympathy. I think it was to keep Curtis away from the funeral. I'm wondering whether Curtis went there today. I don't know. We're going to watch this video and then I'm going to end it because I've been on a lot, like 2.5 hours. So, we're going to watch this together. Just over 2 minutes. I've got loads on this, Jayne. I've not showed you. I've got loads. Little Miss Sunshine.
Yeah.
No. This was your night, Jayne.
Now, what does Shirley Keeler mean by my last night here? God bless you all. What do you mean, Shirley?
My last night here. Oh no, what's the matter?
Yeah. Did you just mistype?
Have we upset you?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm
Oh
going to play the
dear.
video and hopefully she'll explain.
All right, listen to this, what I was looking at, right? So here's Ohio.
Shirley,
We're
we love
right
you, love.
at the East Palestine. Where the hell did you go? So this is airnow.gov. For the past 7 years, every week I have to run a generator test. So when I go, I have to come to this airnow.gov website. I have to check the air quality index, check for ozone, parts per million, the whole works, and make sure that we're somewhere in this green area. Well, I'm trying to get it. East Palestine. Right there. So we know that's where the train wreck was. Where does the wind blow? From west to east, from northwest to southeast, right? So for 7 years, I've been doing this once a week, 52 times a year times 7 years. And I have never, ever seen, and this is where I live. You know where all these yellows are? They're bad. All the way from Connecticut, New Hampshire, upstate New York, Manhattan, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, here where I live, west and south. There has never been so many yellow and high poor air quality markings. These are all sensors scattered throughout that check air quality. I wonder why these would all be yellow. The whole East Coast is contaminated. There's no doubt about it. Crazy stuff.
That's
Air
troubling.
sensors throughout the East Coast. The weather that coincidentally was blown from the Ohio way. See the cloud cover and all the rain? Now look at all the contamination being dumped down on the East Coast.
Yeah. Again, this could be the Ohio thing could actually be a cover up for something else they've been up to. They could have been dumping stuff all down there, and they needed a cover, so they could have staged the crash when actually they've been dumping stuff for a long time.
Yeah, I saw a report. It was from a couple of weeks ago, and I just saw it once, and then it disappeared as usual, and you never heard anything else. But it was all up and down the East Coast, Northeast particularly, and it was the first time we'd really had any rain since after or cold weather after this accident, and they were getting all this white powdery stuff coming down onto their cars. And it was coating their cars, and it was coating their lawns, and it wasn't snow. Nobody knew what it was.
We
And
had
then it
that a couple of years ago.
dissolved.
We
Yeah.
had that. Do you remember? I don't know if anyone here. It was, I think it was 2013-ish. There was this yellow powder. It was all over the cars. It was everywhere, and everyone was questioning it. And they kept saying, "Oh, it's from the Sahara Desert." They said that it was blew in. Bollocks. The stuff that they come out with. But yeah, I think what that guy's implying is that that's been going on for a while, the air quality, and it's all down the East Coast. So what if they've been dumping stuff for all that time, for like months, years, and they had to do something to try and excuse the poor air quality and the poor and all these chemicals showing up. So the way that they did it was to cause that derailment, which was real, and that did cause a lot of stuff, but there was already stuff being dumped there. There's lots of theories we could look at.
Sure.
I got paid damages for that dust. Did you really? I should have looked into that more. I ended up getting bloody asthma around that time. I don't know what's happened to Shirley, but she's left. I don't know why. I don't know what I've done, if I've upset her.
I don't know. I'm upset too.
Does she mean this channel or does she mean both?
I don't know. She never explained and she's never put anything. And I feel bad because I've seen her so much and exchanged with her in chat. She's such a sweet woman.
She's been really helpful. Maybe she thinks that we're too tinfoil hatty over here, and that's what she means. I'm not going to be back on this one.
Maybe that's a possibility.
Yeah. Big up to you all. My last night here. God bless you all. That could be implied that she's about to do something to herself, though, couldn't it? It could be implied in many ways. I'm really worried now. Shirley,
Yeah,
please
I'm concerned about her. That's when I saw that. Sorry I had to interrupt because it was like, what's going on here?
No, she didn't. She didn't just say thanks. She said it's her last night here.
Yeah.
Just here as in this channel, here as in both my channels, here as in the world. I don't know what that means. Shirley, please. I'm hoping you're still listening. I'm guessing I've upset her, Jayne, love. It's got to be that.
Well, me too. But then she said, thank you. I'm just hoping she's over on the other channel. And like you said, it's the tinfoil hat stuff, or she's just not interested in deep dives on things like this. I don't know.
No, but she said she's leaving, and to me,
she said it was her last night here.
Yeah, I've screenshot it anyway, so that I've got it, because in case people don't believe me, who didn't see it.
Yeah, please do, Batman. Batman says he sees her in other channels and will ask her.
I'm really worried. Do you know what? I don't even know how she found me. She's only been on the channel about 3 months. But ever since she came in, she's been so supportive, and kind and just lovely. And say she's only been around a few months, but ever since she came in, like, I've never spoke to her out of YouTube, and she's not in my Telegram group or anything, so I don't know her on a personal level. But for all I know, I'm not saying that she is, but for all I know, she's my stalker. And I'm not saying, no way am I saying she is for a minute. But my point I'm trying to make is that when people come in and they don't show their picture, and I've never spoke to them off YouTube, anyone could be her. I'm not saying Shirley is for 1 minute, but I'm trying to say that my stalker played a character for a year, Jayne, called Steve. She played a character. I didn't really give wrenches out that much then, thank God. A couple of years ago, my stalker went quiet. I'm not saying Shirley's my stalker. Please don't think that. Okay, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just giving you an example of that. This is the sort of, so this is why I'm always careful. But with Shirley, I had a good feeling that it wasn't her. But every single new person, yeah, thank you, because I've known Starlight for a number of years now, from the Tinfoil Hat Network, should we call it? And she's on my wavelength, aren't you, darling? She is nuts, Mouse Nation. She played a character for almost a year called Steve, and it was a patriot. But it was too far gone for me. Now, my stalker's very anti-Semitic. She hates Jewish people. And this Steve was from the patriot community, but he was very far right. But I still didn't think it was her. And the Captain Stinker account, that used to be called Steve. That was the account.
Oh.
And
had you given it a wrench?
No, hang on, what?
Thank goodness.
No, I hadn't, because back then I didn't really give them out, but it never came in that much. But it used to see me in other chats, and it used to talk to me, and it used to say, Penny Bunny's always been nice to me, and Penny Bunny this, Penny Bunny that, and it used to pop in now and again. And then one day somebody asked who it was. Nobody knew who it was. It was trolling a couple of these accounts. And it said my initials used to be NL. And someone said to me, that sounds like Nick Slew, who's my stalker. And I thought, nah. And then one day it changed its name to Wonder Why, that account did. And Wonder Why came into a channel that I was in, an American channel, a truther channel. Wonder Why was trolling me. So this other person then found out that Wonder Why was originally called Steve, and that's how we caught it out. Then it changed its name to Panda Baby, and then it changed its name to Captain Stinker. And the one night I went live on my other channel about 18 months ago, and I said I found out who Steve is after all this time, and she came in as Panda Baby, and she went, no, well done, Sherlock. And she'd been playing a character in coming into all the Patriot streams I used to go in. I don't go in them anymore. Coming in my stream, pretending to be patriotic, but it was too far right for me. And I used to say I don't like a very anti-Semitic. I didn't like that. But it was always pleasant to me. So I was never nice enough to give it a wrench or anything,
Yeah.
And I didn't give everybody a wrench then, but I did give wrenches out. But yeah, it was her. She played a character. So when new people come in, I don't want people to take offense. If I'll say to you, how long have you, where did you find me? New people have come in, for example, Funky82. I'm not saying that's them, but they'll come in and I'll say, where did you find me? That's why I ask. I'm not being horrible. I'm just saying, where did you find me? Now, anyone could be her. Anyone,
Right.
So, but I didn't give it a wrench, no. But
well, I mean, I hope she's all right. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice.
I'm not saying that's her, though. I don't her
No.
about
Yeah,
her, but
she's a troll. She's not. She was just so nice. Yeah.
Yeah, my point I'm just trying to say is that when Shirley came in, I gave her a wrench on her second visit because I just had a gut feeling that wasn't her. But understand, guys, that every time someone new comes in, especially when you haven't got an avatar or a picture of yourself, it's always at the back of my mind. Unless I've spoken to you, like I've spoke to Jayne or spoken to certain people, unless I've spoken to you, then there's always going to be that, is it her again? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can understand that because you've been trolled so badly.
Yeah, but I don't think for 1 minute that Shirley was her. But my point I'm trying to make is that I've always had a good feeling about Shirley. Yeah, Brian Griffin, I remember you from 3 years ago. Truth Seeker 2000. What happened to Bob? Is he all right? That's where I met Darlene as well. Yeah, I've known Brian Griffin for years from the tinfoil hat community, the truth community. We love you more, Gary. There's people. The thing is as well, Jayne, my stalker and all them trolls say that I have a turnaround on people every 6 months, right? This is what they say. And that no one ever sticks with me. I've known Brian Griffin for 3 years, maybe going on to 4 years. I've known Sid for years. There's loads of people here I've known years. They just lie, Jayne. They just he quit streaming. I don't blame him. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I've seen the lies.
Yeah.
I'm well aware. They'll just make shit up.
They just make it up. Hello, Scottish Davros. Let me give you a wrench on this channel. He's a new friend. He's lovely. We were talking about Doctor Who today. I miss Bob as well. There was a channel called Truth Seeker 2000. And I'll tell you something now. It was more than 3 years ago because about a year before... Oh, thank you, Ray Clay. About a year before, it's got to be Sid, yeah? Before the plague, Truth Seeker 2000 did a live stream and he said, and I may never forget it now, he said, oh, Jayne's gone. I know Penny from South Gang Gang, worldwide. Jayne's gone, I'm sure she'll be back. Bob, Truth Seeker 2000, no lie, okay, he said a few years ago, a year before the plague, so 2019, early 2019. Jayne's back.
I got kicked out, and
No.
my screen said, "Oh snap!"
Really? How
It
bizarre.
did. It was just like all of a sudden, it's like, bam, I'm gone. I
How
didn't hit
bizarre.
anything. I didn't even touch my phone.
I love that channel name. You get a wrench just for an awesome name. That's weird, Jayne. That happens to me a lot as well when I'm on. I don't really go on other people's panels apart from when on agents the other night, but because it kicks me out.
I've never been kicked out before. Well, it was the first.
The first time for everything.
That's right. It was my first, and it was on Penny's channel.
It's on my channel.
I'll always remember my first. Yes, with Penny, the curious rabbit.
When Rebecca came in, she came from Underbellies, and she emailed me as well. Rebecca, and you have Rebecca didn't even cross my mind. The only people that cross my mind is when they come in and they haven't got an avatar. And I don't think Shirley did at first, but then she got one. But I just had a feeling that Shirley wasn't. I'm not saying, I don't want her to think I'm saying that. I'm saying that that's how much I had a feeling that Shirley was a good one. And I still believe she is. And I'm worried sick of upset her, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really upset. If I've upset you, Shirley, please tell me, love. Let me put it right. I don't want to upset you. But just going back to Bob quickly, Truth Seeker 2000, he did a live stream and he said that he had info from a family member that something big was going to go down, that was going to involve the army, and they were going to try and take guns away from the American people. And I remember he said to me, "Can you come and talk to me privately? I'll put the StreamYard link in," because I never went on his panel. And I said, "I don't want to come on your panel. I don't do panels." This was years ago. This was 2019, beginning of 2019. And I came on and spoke to him, and he played me a voicemail that one of his family members had left, who was quite high up in the American army. And he left him a voicemail and he played it to me. And he said that he's had word from above, because Bob was a very, very in full hat wearer, with one of our leaders. And the voicemail said that the government are planning something big. The main aim is to take our guns. The military are going to be going door to door. And he wants him to know, because he's worried. He said, hide all your guns. And he said they're planning either a virus or some sort of disaster, where the main aim is to panic everybody and cause martial law, and the main aim at the end of it is to take our guns. And he played it to me, and I thought, your family member's lying. I didn't not believe Bob.
Mm-hmm.
I thought there's no way that would happen, especially in America, the land of the free.
Yeah.
And he was right. And then apparently his wife had the jab, and then he's gone. So he was a really, really nice guy, Jayne. You would have liked Bob.
Oh,
Nice,
what a
down to
pity.
earth.
I remember the talk because I was on some channels at the time that I would, I light all over, I'm all over the place. And because I like to hear all sides.
Jayne gets the bad bits.
And I remember the talk around that time that plague came in, that people were worried that we would be put under martial law, and that once we were under martial law, it's a different situation with what they can do. And I remember people were worried at the time. So,
but this was a year before that happened.
That's crazy, but
it was a year before. And what he was saying, what this guy was saying, I didn't believe. I said, I think he's lying. I said, they're not going to be going door to door and asking what guns they've got and locking people down in the houses. And I just said, no way is that ever going to happen. And it did.
Yeah, well, I remember talking, to my brother-in-law in Australia, and I said, And this was right after the start of it, and everything was being closed down, and we couldn't for a while. We were only allowed to go out if it was essential, and that was for like about a month that was going on. And I remember talking to my brother-in-law and saying, if I would have told you what's happening now 6 months ago, you would have had me locked up. This is how crazy the world has become. Yeah.
It's gone insane. Like, I've been on about this for a long time, and people thought I was nuts as well. But who cares? I don't really care what people think of me. I never have done.
Yeah.
If I did, then I wouldn't be here, would I?
Exactly.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna go again. Apologies for at the beginning having to go slightly off topic, because that news came in about Curtis, and it did throw me a little bit. But he has messaged me. He wants me to ring him. He messaged me. I seen it about an hour ago. I love you more, most nations, lovely. What's Sarah saying? Nurses were going door to door in the UK for the pre. They were. You still can't strap my stuffed bunny to me for self-defense.
I like that one.
I like the fact that Jayne. Yeah, Jayne didn't have the prickaroo, and I didn't even know until recently.
No.
Gary only had 1 dose, but no tattoos. Gary, you need to stay away from the prickaroo, mate. I inspired Gary's name, and he's now on Twitter with that name now. He's become quite famous.
Really?
Yeah, because when he first came in troll, but a funny troll, not a nasty troll, calling himself a dinghy diver. And I said, you should call yourself Gary because of Only Fools and Horses. And he actually went and found the photo of Gary and called himself that. So they have
So
started.
it's your fault, Penny. It's your
It is
fault.
my fault. And then Paz kept saying that Gary's trolling him on Twitter. Paz gets a bit sensitive at times. He can get his knickers in a twist at times. And I said, he's probably only joking with you. And now I think Paz likes him now. Curtis wants to talk to me, so
Yeah, you're gonna have to. Maybe you'll see. You're tired. You might have to lay down for a while.
Yeah,
And talk with them
I'll do
later.
it in the morning, Curtis.
Yeah.
I think if you're listening.
Thank you, Mouse Nation.
I want to get. You see, Little Un, if he went to sleep at 6, he could wake up any time. Anytime, but Al's up. I'm just message him now saying I'm falling asleep.
I'm glad you enjoyed the stream, Batman, because I was really worried about boring people to tears.
Well, no, we love Jayne. Thank you, everyone. I'll be live tomorrow night talking about Nicola Bulley, the case, if I'm allowed to, because I've been sent some more amazing explosive clues tonight. So it's clues night, and we'll be discussing. Paz will give it out and takes it well. Yeah, he can get a bit sensitive, Paz can, but I think that's just his personality. But we still love him. You've got to get used to Paz. When I first met him, I think he was too sensitive, but then we're really good friends, and I love him to bits. So, and Underbelly and Jayne Iraq, the co-hosts. Jayne has evened it up. We've got a taffy. That's what they call Welsh people. We've got a taffy, an English girl, an Anglo, a half American in Underbelly. He was born in England, then he grew up in Florida, and then he moved back to England. And then we've got an American. So we've got an American, a half American, a Welsh, and an English bird walked into a bar. You couldn't make this shit up, folks. But it works, doesn't it, Jayne, darling?
It does. You can just call me a Yank. That's fine. It's fine by me.
I don't like that. I find it very offensive.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's apparently derogatory. Yeah, no. Paz loves the bunter now, but at first I think he thought I can taste it again now. It's weird. Sorry, I'm just talking to Al.
Ooh, it's too short of 69.
Sorry. Oh,
hit the like button, folks.
But yeah, Paz.
69.
Oh, thank you, Manda, darling. Yeah, as long as Paz knows you're joking, he's got an awesome sense of humour. Eddie Final Break posted about an hour ago. Well, you know that video that I did earlier, Jayne? I don't know if you the one about Nicola Bulley's funeral.
Yes.
That apparently that's been, I don't know, but the views have gone crazy on that, and I think it's been shared somewhere because it says, I look into my video analytics and it says that 3,000 of the views, it's got over 4,000 views, that video. That's a lot for one of my videos. It says 3,000 of them have come from external, but it doesn't say what that is. So
Wow. Yeah,
I'm
it's
guessing
shared.
that's been shared. And you know, YouTube have just, while I'm talking, they've just taken 20 subs off me or something. They've just done something while I'm talking.
What?
But then they've given. I looked at my analytics. Literally 1,000 subs I've had in the last month. It's because of the Nicola Bulley case. And I was saying this earlier, Jayne. When I hit 5,000, I didn't celebrate it. I don't know if anyone noticed, but when I hit 4,000, we had a little party stream, and because it really pisses the trolls off as well when I hit milestones. I'm not that bothered about hitting milestones. I've never been about that, but I do it because it pisses them off. Because they'll go, oh, look at a party. So, but maybe, or Facebook. So, but when I hit 5,000, Mouse Nation did know, and you congratulated me as well, sweetheart, and I said thank you, but I didn't do a post about it because I knew that was because of this case. I'm sure we'll definitely do a party stream if we ever hit 6,969, which I doubt, but I think that needs to happen, Gary. That'll really wind the trolls up. They're really upset about the 69 thing, Jayne. They're always on about it. They're always saying, oh, look at the 69. I do it to piss them off. They don't get my humour at all, do they?
I think it's hilarious, and more power to you. Keep going, girl. Keep going.
Oh, God, you've just got to laugh at them. Have we got to 69 yet? But when I got to 5,000, YouTube send me like a little notification in my studio, and they say, oh, congratulations, and you've hit 5,000 subscribers, blah, 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 blah. And I didn't make a post about it. I didn't do a live stream about it because I thought it was very disrespectful, because I know that it's gone so nuts because of this case and covering it.
Yeah, because of the topic you were covering.
Yeah. And certain YouTubers have, and I think it's disrespectful. Yeah, we did a party at 4K. It was only about 2 months ago. Rotten Politics, what do you mean? Rotten Politics is my mate. Well, I don't know what you're on about. I'm confused. Are you behind again, Alan? I don't know what you're on about. Yeah, the party at 4K wasn't that long ago. So I didn't make a big thing out of it, but I was a bit annoyed this morning, and I did make a bit of a moan on my video. They haven't got any humour. Brummy humour's awful, isn't it, Sid? Yeah, Rotten Politics is me mate. I don't understand. I'm confused. Anyway, certain channels, not mentioning names, have been making a huge thing about hitting. And what got me was, I'll send you a screenshot after, Jayne. He put, in the last 4 weeks and so many days, which is exactly since this all really hit the news,
Right.
I've gained an extra such and such subscribers. And he did a big champagne bottle, and he was all like big up himself. And he's been covering Nicola Bulley, and we know why he's blown up like that.
Yeah,
I have
exactly.
as well. But to make a big thing out of it because someone's died is so narcissistic.
But Penny, that's why I really love you to pieces, and so many of the people in here feel the same way, because it comes through what a caring and loving person you are. And of course you wouldn't do anything like that, because that's not the type of person you are, and that's why we all love you. I love you.
Jayne, thank you, darling. I love you more. I've just subbed to you, Cosmic War Toad, number 13. Unlucky for some. Must be a troll. No, he's got 76,000, 76 or 79,000 subscribers on one channel and 10,000 on the other channel, and he's very, very excited about that. And he's actually say the time between him growing and he said, I just thought, wow, you arrogant. Oh God, it really annoyed me.
Yeah, I can understand. Yeah.
So yeah, if it was normal circumstances, we would have gone, "Oh, look, I've done it," I've never been that bothered about it, but the trolls moan about it, so we'll do it more.
Right, but it's just not the time and place, and
No, it's not.
and that's why I said I care about you. I love you. You're a good girl.
Oh, thank you, Jayne. I don't know Rebecca Love, so you know what I'm talking about. Don't name them. You know what I'm talking about. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. Miss Sunshine knows that. Yeah, don't name anybody. I just found it. I actually left a comment saying that is very insensitive. I was really angry. I did actually share it out and a bit of a rant, and then I deleted it. I thought, no, because I'm just going to cause trouble. But I was really angry, on the day of a funeral as well, Jayne. I find that extremely insensitive. But anyway,
I agree.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Sid. A natural. Well, according to the trolls, I'm a narcissist. That's one thing that no one's ever called me in my life. I'm called too soft. I'm a softie. I'm not. There's nothing. That's the one thing that I can definitely guarantee that I am not.
No, you're
I'm
definitely not a narcissist.
I don't have that in me at all. I'm sorry. I'm too. I worry too much about people, let alone worry about myself. But
you do, yeah.
Here, happy International Women's Day to all the ladies. Oh, well, thank you. Oh, I love you too, Mouse Nation. Now I'm getting embarrassed now, guys. I don't like all the compliments. I struggle with them. I don't like them. Little Miss Sunshine, you understand, don't you, sweetheart? I found it very rude. He'll probably, my stalker will be there now, Jayne. She'll be hunting it down to find out who I'm talking about. And then she'll be going in there, Jayne. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, well, they'll have to do that after they look up your criminal record because they're still probably on that case, you know?
They really are. I left a very, very sarcastic, dry comment. I thought the same. Okay, so we're on the same wavelength then, Little Miss Sunshine. That's too far. A funny troll is good. An evil troll is a C-U-N-T with a K because of YouTube. Yeah, well, there you go, Gary. Well said. Thank you to my subscribers, but don't expect anything about conspiracies. Well, I was number 13. Blackjack were number 14. I thought the same. I forgot what I was going to say now. Must have been a troll. Oh, they always call me that as well. They call me that, but it's okay for it's okay for a certain Dacone. I'm going to name him. He's monetized and he buys drugs. And he blatantly says it, I'm buying drugs. But no one says a word about that, Jayne.
Yeah, I know, but he'll come after you because you're horrible and you're evil.
Yeah, apparently. And I'm a grifter, according to him.
Yeah, that's grifter.
Didn't mind when I was buying him food, though, when he told me he was dying of starvation and he was dying and crying and saying, I'm disappearing. And then I found out he went and bought a load of drugs with the money. But there you go. That's another matter. Yeah. Honestly, Penny, true honesty and compassion. Oh, thank you. No, I can't deal with this now. I'm getting too embarrassed. Thank you, though. You're lovely. And he's got, he was saying today, Scottish Davros is a new subscriber. He's got cerebral palsy and other conditions. And he's in a wheelchair, aren't you? And he does videos as well. Anyone can do it. You know, big up to you, mate. Big respect to you and to Gemma. Gemma's got autism. She gets out and about. She was making videos today from out and about. You know, I've got
she was.
respect for her. You what? Sorry, Jayne.
I said yes, she was. I'm gonna have to sub to a couple of people that I haven't subbed in here too. Scottish Davros is one of them. Yeah.
Scottish Davros does a lot of Doctor Who stuff. Unity calling hello. I've given you a wrench. We are not humans trying to be spiritual. We are spirits trying to be humans. That's a really good point. What I don't like is bullies. Oh, Rebecca, darling. Oh, I need to speak to you. I need to email you. I had a really bizarre conversation the other night with somebody. I'm gonna speak to you privately, darling. But that channel that you went into, I would advise don't bother, and I'll explain to you why, love. I've given you a wrench into calling because I know who you are. Thank you, Alan, but please stop now. Jayne did a brilliant job tonight. Yeah, Jayne, would you like to join me on part 2 of the deeper dive into the rabbit hole that is this subject?
Yes, if you would have me up, I would love to. And I'll look at stuff too.
We would love to have you, Jayne.
Oh, thank you.
I'd love to do it, having a hard time. And me. I'm not doing a degree. I'm a full-time carer to my little boy with autism, and I homeschool him as well, and I'm disabled myself. So I feel you. I feel you. Are you on Twitter? I do have a Twitter, but I don't really use it. But I do have one. Yes, Rebecca, I need to talk to you. Are you on Telegram, love? Yeah, we want Mouse back. Paz was supposed to be doing tonight, but I did say to him, I says, look, I really need to get this stream done with Jayne. And the thing is with Paz, he can't always guarantee he's going to come on, can he? Because something always crops up, and I didn't want to plan it all and not do Jayne's stream, this stream, which is really important. And then he was mine as well, Rebecca Sylvester McCoy. And then, so I said, look, I'm going to do Jayne's stream. And then what I'll probably do Friday night, we'll do an open panel, anything goes night. We'll have a laugh. And then Paz can join us then because it's his evening off work as well. A cat and a bunny make for a great team. That's a really, really good point, is that. Let me see if I've got a bunny picture I can put up.
If you mean me, Katrina Star, it's nice meeting you. I'm glad to find another Ohioan on the here on the stream.
And Ray Clay, there's one with me and
yeah,
you.
and Ray Clay too. I don't know what animal he has though for his avatar. I can't figure it out.
Is it a sloth?
What animal is that, Ray Clay? If you're still here.
I don't really go on Facebook, Alan Edge. I don't even read the messages half the time. I very rarely, if I go onto Facebook, it's just to catch up on groups and stuff. And I've deactivated my other one. My family one's gone. I will get it back though. I just don't want to. The stalkers were taking photos from my family private Facebook, and I deactivated it, Jayne. In case you're wondering, I haven't blocked you or anything. It's just deactivated.
Okay, no, Gary the Dingy Diver again. He's making me laugh.
Oh, Gary. Yeah, he's learning English. He's doing really well. A cat and a bunny make it. I've changed my profile picture, so one of Rupert. Look, me and Rupert Bear.
Oh, how cute.
That's an old photo. It's about 4 years old. Yeah, Scooby-Doo is Rupert Bear's twin brother, but Scooby-Doo is tiny. He's half the size. Rupert's tiny, but Scooby-Doo is not much bigger than Ninniwig. He's the tiniest rabbit I've ever seen.
Oh, really?
He's really sick, yeah, because his face is so squashed up because of his breed.
You did a short of him, didn't you? He's so sweet.
Yeah, he can't breathe properly. He's because his nose is so flat faced, and he can't breathe properly, and he's all squashed up, and he's always getting infections. Yeah, he snuffles, but it's been on and off for years. He's back on antibiotics, but it's just really difficult. We have to keep putting him in the bathroom and turning on the shower for the steam. Penny, did you know I can still post on your old? Yeah, but I can't, Batman. I can't delete it either. Discord threw me out of Discord and said you're banned from your own server. I created a server, didn't I, Batman? It was growing as well. It had I made loads of different rooms. I made meme rooms, fun rooms, flat earth rooms, round earth rooms, hollow earth rooms, UFO rooms. I created this massive Discord maze of, and it's a meerkat. I thought it was a sloth. Yeah, you're right. It is. It's a meerkat. Let me get it up.
Oh, okay.
I love sloths.
Oh, and blackjack. No, I didn't know about squirrel tribes. I wrote that down. I'll look it up. Thank you.
Batman, I wonder whether, are you a moderator on are you an admin on that Discord? Have a look and see if you can delete it, can you? They told me that they'd deleted that and it's still there. So that my own creation is still there. How bad's that, Jayne?
That's weird.
I did some. Discord said that it was terrorism by sharing truth and stuff. They said it was terrorism, and they cancelled my account. Microsoft bought Discord out, and they censored a load of accounts.
See, now I'm gonna. That's terrible. I'm gonna educate you about a true Ohioan. Katrina Starr is in here, and she will know the answer to this. If I say OH, Ohioans know how to answer that. So OH. I'm waiting to see. I know she knows the answer to that.
OH.
OH.
Was there a Gary room? Well, there would have been. I didn't know you then. There would have been a Gary room. Well, they're still there, apparently.
She's still in here.
Up to 110, I think. And then there was another 50 that I think came in went to my other went to my normal PayPal. So the actual fund size 110, but there's another 50, so 160 now.
There she is. Katrina Starr got it.
I could have told you that though. That's just spelling Ohio. OHIO.
Yeah, we have the Ohio State Buckeyes here in Columbus, the football team, and that's the cry. Somebody says OH, no matter where you're at in this, anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world, and if they respond IO, you know that you've got a fellow Ohioan.
We've got one here as well. Look, real Sarah Ellis. Did
really?
Ben Jones have a room? I think he needs one. Sarah, you're awesome. You fitted right in as well. I've met some amazing people, honestly. Real Ohioans know about Skyline chili. I don't know what that means.
Oh yeah,
hello,
that's from Cincinnati. Skyline chili. It's spaghetti with this chili on top of it.
Spaghetti
with chili on top of it, and then smothered with grated cheddar cheese.
So, are you a Ohioan? Christian. I grew up in the Cincinnati area. There you go.
Yep, I know about Skyline chili.
3:10, so I'm going to end this now because I'm really tired.
I'm sorry. I'll be quiet.
No, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Penny. Thank you, everyone in chat. You've been so wonderful, and you've been very welcoming to me, and I appreciate it.
Well, you've been amazing, Jayne. You're now part of the furniture, I'm afraid. So.
Oh, just an old worn couch in the corner.
Well, and that's on the other couch facing you.
Okay.
Not Ohioans. See you tomorrow. So tomorrow we're back on the other channel. Well, I wouldn't have been Jayne if that wouldn't have been retracted. I would have had a 3-month ban. Do you know that?
Yeah, it was very worrying. Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
I just hope there's no more that have gone in. Rocky B, if you come back, I'll give you a spanner next time. I just want to make sure there's no more gone in because that was actually one from a while ago that did it on. Thanks, Louise, for sending that. Yeah, I'll yeah, so it's definitely gone.
I'm happy about that. I know it's a relief for you.
Yeah, well, he stood by his word, Jayne, so
I've
got to respect him for that, you know.
Yeah, good.
I like people that stand by their word, you know.
Yes.
I'm just double checking now just to make sure that it's showing up on my studio. Yeah, I hit 3,000 on this channel. Now, this channel's got nothing to do with Nicola Bully, so I've not been posting that much. I just want to say thank you to all the newbies over here. Let me just check. Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. There's no strikes. Okay.
Oh,
brilliant.
thank goodness. Thank goodness.
Thank you, Curtis, for sorting that out. I appreciate you. Okay, let's just hope there's no more going through that he's done without realizing. Okay then, guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Batman. And we'll have a chat tomorrow on the other channel with some more clues, unless there's a gagging order, because you never know. You might be told you can't talk about it. If we do, then I can't, can I? No, he didn't get arrested for his own sake.
We can talk about something else.
Yeah, we can talk about something else, but even if we have to use code, which we
Yes.
can do, we're the experts at using code. So we might have to use code. But at the moment, I don't think we do because there's other channels talking about this. There's other people on about it and much bigger channels than me. So, and
Yeah.
some of the channels are doing worse. So one of the channels has been showing the little girls' faces, Jayne. They've been showing the
Oh,
children.
oh, no, I find that wrong.
That's an American channel as well, which I find bizarre. Why is an American channel getting so heavily involved in this? You know, when the Gabby Petito case happened, I don't know anyone over here that was covering it.
Was that a YouTube channel that was showing that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's wrong. That's wrong.
I don't really want to name them, but people keep sending me messages saying, "Can you watch this channel?" And then they told me about that, and I don't want to. So yeah, I
No, that,
don't agree with that.
yeah,
All right
different.
then, guys. I want to tell you something quickly, Jayne. So just stay there for a sec.
All right.
All right. Good night, everybody, and I love you all, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care. Night night. Bye. And thank you for the lovely Jayne as well.
Thank
Did we
you.
hit 69? I think we did. Did we hit 69? Oh no, Louise, I didn't, love, and you've reminded me, sweetheart. Yeah, I need to. Did we ever hit the magic number? Let's have a look. Last I looked, there was 42.
73.
78, apparently.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm so tired. Who's coming to Gary's room after? Well, Gary's in my loft, so can you be quiet on your way up the ladders, please, Unity calling? I'm going to bed, so if you're going to go sneaking up to see our Gary, you keep the noise down, love.
Gary
Okay.
and I are going to be in the back.
Yeah, we are. Right, good night, everybody. Take care. See you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.